Hello, everybody!
Hey!
We're super duper professional here at Clinical Role. Oh my god, the shirt is amazing, isn't it? Welcome, everybody, to episode 30. So, you got 30 episodes. Actually, more, because we have, like, some of the... We've got done, like, 3 backstory, 3 or 4, you know, episode 0.1 of something when one person's off, 1 or 2s are off doing their adventures, but... We're getting into the good stuff here. So
many episodes.
Oh, I just heard.
So much.
I heard happiness. We're waiting for Adam Davis. So, for those of you who had the theory that Adam and Adam could not survive if they were not in the same space, you can see that that's actually not true.
Check Adam's vitals.
I have him on chat on the phone.
Oh, okay. They've upgraded to a digital connection, so that they can always be connected at all times.
It's like breathing through a scuba tank.
Mm-hmm.
Does
that allow you to change consciousnesses, like switch minds?
If I reverse the...
No!
Don't reverse it. That would be bad.
Oh, no, I don't. How many times did I hit it?
Uh-oh. even number.
I don't know.
Hold on. Are you still you?
Can you do an Adam Davis impression?
Do you feel dramatic?
He's doing the meditation pretty well.
Oh,
pretty well.
Yeah, that's the meditation.
You hit it an odd number of times, gang.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Hold on, there you go.
All right, now I think I'm me and I think you're you.
Thank God.
We are all together.
It's very
Cuckoo,
confusing.
cuckoo.
So guys, welcome to Clinical Role. This is the Live Play D&D show where a bunch of therapeutic dungeon masters and psychologists sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. So, we're having some fun tonight. One of the things that you can do, if you are a new viewer, you can head over to my Twitter, which is down below my name there, and there is a bingo card. So, while we are playing, you can play bingo to see how we're going, and getting along with that. Now, the players usually do not look at the bingo card so they don't, like, spoil the game, but there is one special bingo square that we have tonight, and if you guys can hype stuff and make this one square happen, that will be absolutely amazing, which is if we can get the Kickstarter for Critical Core to break $220,000.
Wow.
Yes,
You guys are already over 200. So
right now, I'm looking it up.
We had 7 backers we needed for a stretch goal last I checked.
Oh, for the level up dice.
yes. Level Up Dice, not a sponsor.
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah, definitely not a sponsor. Hashtag.
Not a sponsor at all.
Alex, I hope you're watching.
Alex,
Emily,
Alex be watching.
Or anybody who's
My beautiful
or,
pinks. But if you guys have not sponsored Critical Core over Kickstarter, please go do so. It's amazing. 3 days left, right? Less than 3 days.
We're not entirely sure exactly what hour it ends. It says 3 days left on our end, though.
All right.
Oh, it does. It does Friday at
Well, it says,
12 a.m.
It says it now. Friday at 12 a.m., which I think means Thursday night.
All right. So you have till Thursday night. Please back it. This is amazing. You guys have hit so many awesome stretch goals.
Ah!
It is very, very cool.
It's been overwhelming. It's an amazing roller coaster of tremendous emotions.
And you guys also got to do a bunch of your check-in questions with Matt Mercer, which
We did.
Yes.
is
Go
absolutely
to the
amazing.
Critical Core RPG Twitter to see those. And the ones that are
you
coming out... The ones that are coming out tomorrow and the next day are the later in the quarter check-in questions, which are a little more personal, and that was a super cool opportunity to have Matt answer those things. So.
That's really, really cool.
Nice.
My studio's been invaded by Tabaxi, so excuse me now. But it's not Zuzu.
It's so hard because they're so devastating, but so cute.
so cute.
Awesome. Oh, speaking of Discord, we're getting we have our Discord, but we haven't actually officially plugged it. That's coming soon. That might be coming this week. So the cat meowing should be on the bingo because the cat has gotten very loud whenever I stream now. But that should be coming soon. So look for that on the Twitterverse. Anybody have any other announcements or plugs that you want to do before we get started?
If you don't mind, as of last Monday, ticket sales for Save Against Fear 9, the Bodhana Group's annual 3-day game convention fundraiser, went up for sale. So I could share a link, I guess. Well, I don't know what the best way to do that would be, but it's the 9th annual Save Against Fear, October 11th through the 13th in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. All proceeds benefit the Bodhana Group and its projects and programs, which are, as most all of us here, use of tabletop gaming for education, skill building, and therapy. So if you haven't caught Save Fever, catch it.
Save fever. I like that.
Save Fever. I can't roll the dice. It's too hot in here.
Gotta get a bathtub full of ice.
Yes.
No, you need a bathtub full of dice because if you've got the
Nice. I saw what you did there.
The only cure is more dice.
more dice.
More dice.
The one who dies with the most dice wins.
Yes.
More dice.
Listen to the Foo Fighters.
I'm doing a pretty good job then. I have a lot
Awesome
of
plug,
dice.
Jack.
So I will be in Denver this weekend.
What?
Yep, I will be speaking at the American Association of Suicidology conference alongside some folks with some great organizations like Stack Up, I Thrive, the American Association of Suicidology, and it is going to be, if you happen to be at the American Association of Suicidology conference in Denver, Colorado on Saturday, you can come hear us talk about the importance of addressing geek and gamer needs and psychological practices,
Nice.
especially as it relates to preventing suicide.
And if you aren't in Denver, you should be.
Yeah,
Because this sounds amazing, and you should totally be
Yes.
there.
I encourage you to go to Denver and be mile high with me.
Look out.
Good
Like,
chances they'll be there.
Literally, that was not a
Oh, nice.
euphemism for anything.
No.
Uh,
Distance from the sea level.
Right. This is-
It's a mile up the cities. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
It's a topographical joke.
I'll be bringing my inhaler because, asthma.
When are you going, Dr. B?
I will be speaking on Saturday.
Okay. If I give you a bunch of San Antonio Spurs stuff to wear, will you do that for me?
I'm going to
Don't
die.
fall for
aren't
that.
I?
Don't do that. Don't do
No,
that.
you're going to be respected as a fan of the better team.
I should not do this.
That's right.
I should definitely not do this. Yes, Wandering Shrink, you should absolutely send your colleagues in our direction. It's going to be some great organizations speaking. Dr. Kelly Dunlap will be there on behalf of I Thrive. Matt Bergenthal will be there on behalf of StackUp.org. It's going to be a great time for everybody.
They're an awesome group. That's great.
Yeah.
Any other announcements?
I think there's one more announcement.
Oh, yeah, there's one more.
Oh, no.
Wait, no, this is copyrighted.
No, that was
No, actually,
Oh, God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
And wonderful GM, thanks for providing all the
Happy
birthday
to
you.
Thank you, guys.
And Betty boy.
In case it wasn't obvious.
It's my birthday today. I am.
It's your birthday.
I take umbrage with our bot. It is now like 29 or 28 days
29
until Dabney is no longer Dabney.
It has been a day.
It's been one day. Yes,
You've
it
been
is.
traveling.
One day. Yep. You've. Also tonight.
Does Immeral know it's going to go away after a month?
I don't know,
I don't
but
think he
Dr.
does.
B does.
Dr. Beta, I don't know that. Emerald's just kind of confused.
This terrible thing's going to follow him for forever.
Oh,
Speaking
man.
of Dabney and how Dabney became Dabney, the Deck of Wonder by Gemhammer and Sons.
Thank you, Gemhammer.
These are amazing. They sent me a bunch to give away. So, we are having a giveaway tonight. They sent me a bunch of different decks. So tonight we're going to start things off with the deck that has started it all, the Deck of Wonder, beautiful, unopened. This can be yours. We have, so into chat, what did we decide on? We went back and forth on a few different things.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Yeah, hashtag not a sponsor.
Hashtag very
Nope,
generous.
don't pay attention to the Geekbot. The Geekbot lies. The Geekbot is a liar.
Geekbot cannot be trusted. Geekbot must be destroyed. The computer wills it.
Is it not a sponsor? I don't know what the code is.
We'll figure it out. There's a way to win.
Who is Immeral? There it is. So, exclamation point, who is Immeral? Only enter it once.
The face is priceless.
And you do need to be present in chat to win. So, if you want to win your very own Deck of Wonder, type in exclamation point, who is Immeral? And this could be yours.
There is no Emerald, there is only Zool.
We have, and just so you know, like, in the weeks to come.
Gemhammer. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Sponsor.
Hashtag can I win these things too? I don't
And
have
I believe if you use the code DABNY, DABNY.
That's right.
Y.
I mean, Ramasa looks like yen bad.
It looks like it's yen bad.
Yes.
You get a discount if you
You
go
do
to
get a
their
10%
website.
discount on Gemhammer's products. So if you use the promo code, I think it's hashtag Dab. It's either hashtag Dabney or just Dabney. Gets you 10% off.
Yeah, DABNY.
No.
Why would Immeral know how to spell it? It's
Dabney,
not
learn
like
to spell
he
your
actually
name.
grew up with the name.
Who's Dabney?
Who's Immeral?
All right. So, and starting on our next game, we will have a little quick intro to introduce you guys to all of us and all the players. But really quickly, if we can just go around the circle, just say who you are and who your character is. And we'll start with Jack.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Jack Berkenstock, Executive Director, one of the founders of the Bodana Group, and in this game, I play the character of Baron Valdusi, a human ranger who protects the wild.
And Dr. Rachel?
My name is Dr. Rachel Kowert. I'm the Research Director of Take This. I play Enkai. She's a druid rogue water genasi, also known as Captain Ishika, former pirate captain, but has now come inland to travel with this group.
And starting with Dabney.
Sorry, who?
Look at your shirt. Shirt doesn't lie.
Yen bad. So I'm Dr. B, Raphael Bokamatsu, better known as Dr. B. I'm the clinical director of Take This, as well as one of the co-owners of Save Point Behavioral Health here in Seattle. And I play Immeral.
Dabney.
Dabney.
Who is this Emerald character?
Yeah, so he's a cranky monk.
That's a pretty good description.
I know, it is. Really.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, last session, Immeral, we pulled from the Deck of Wonder, and Immeral became known as Dabney to everyone.
Everywhere.
For 1 month. Everyone, everywhere. So, he's not that.
He is like famous as everyone everywhere.
That's true.
Pretty much.
Very famous. I am Adam Johns. I'm the executive director, one of the executive directors of Game to Grow. I'm also Baeridin Moonfang. Baeridin is a gnome, but mostly thinks that he's a dwarf. That's because he grew up among dwarves in the Moonfang clan in the Forest Mountains of our continent, being raised by the dwarves as if he was one of them. And Baeridin, being a druid, is particularly skilled at shapeshifting and strongly connected to the wolf spirit, who the Moonfang clan worshipped, before they were all slaughtered.
Wow, suck the air out of the room, jeez.
It's real dark.
Dark stuff.
Heavy. appreciate the darkness and heaviness of it. Like this
I'm gonna have a hoedown over here to get another one out so I can get a high and a low tone while you get dramatic.
I like it.
Yes. My name is Adam Davis. I'm the other executive director, the other founder of Game to Grow. And I play Gragnold. Gragnold, the chief, the head, the avatar of the Moonfang clan, now the Ghostfang clan, because while the Moonfang clan is dead, the Ghostfang clan may never die.
Because
They're already undead.
And that's a howl for anyone playing bingo.
I knew that one was on there because it was on there last time. That's to you, people who had it last time. Also.
And
Those of you that are playing with last week's bingo,
Yeah.
maybe you'll get a bingo this time.
I'm Dr. Megan Connell. I'm the DM for this lovely group. I am also the co-founder of Geeks Like Us, the channel that you are seeing this on. We make content and write articles and do all kinds of fun things. I am also the host, producer of Psychology at the Table, a series on YouTube about how to be more inclusive at your gaming table. And with that, let's jump into our recap.
Okay. All right.
And the players will say goodbye to chat. We'll be back probably around 10:30 Eastern to say hi on our quick break. So we'll be back then. Don't forget to enter the contest.
Yeesh.
And what's the code again for the contest?
Exclamation point, who is Immeral?
That's a good.
Oh.
That's a good.
I feel like that name haunts my memories.
That's there.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just
All right.
It's just a fractured.
Recapping last adventure. Outside the entrance to the Underdark, the party made their peace with seeing the last of the light. Gragnold and Dawn had a tense exchange in which Dawn was worried about being buried underground for another few hundred years. Baeridin and Enkai chatted about their decisions to come to this point with their new companions, while Baeridin interrupted them to tell them about his fun time experimenting with being a bat. Immeral awkwardly tried to get closer to Zanra as they both contemplated the journey ahead. It was very awkward. Baeridin had a vision of the wolf spirit in the form of a silver dire wolf, and they fought. Gragnold, meanwhile, had a vision of the entirety of the elders of the Moonfang clan, who imparted more knowledge to aid his companions. And Immeral, finally, toasted their journey and drank the last... Immeral!
I don't think we had an Immeral in our party.
Yeah,
They Dabney
I
drank the last
Dabney.
of the potions of wonder
Yeah.
to become Dabney.
And nothing happened.
And nothing
because he
happened.
always was Dabney.
It's weird.
He was always Dabney.
Everyone everywhere knows that.
Everyone
Yeah.
seems to be confused about Immeral's name.
Who's-
I don't know what you're
The party ventured deep into the Underdark down a 300-foot shaft to encounter some fish creatures. After a furious battle and a hard day of traveling, the group found respite at the resting place of the Takashi.
Dun, dun, dun.
Good.
All right.
Does anybody else always think of murlocs whenever they see fish creatures?
Yes.
That's just me.
Murlocs, okay.
Yeah.
I think
I always think of the like sound that murlocs make.
I think of
That's
Deep
old,
Ones from
wow.
Cthulhu.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I never.
Yeah, that's wow.
All right. So you guys have been descending. So it's been a long day of travel. So after that fight, Zanra pushed you all forward, going on and on and on into the darkness, begging you all to be silent and ensuring that there is absolute quiet as she just travels along. Every now and then you hear sounds, dripping, shuffling of stones, but really nothing. You all were traveling for over a day without stop, and hitting the point of exhaustion when you saw this carving on the wall, the resting place of the Takeshi. And you see actually Go ahead, make perception checks for me, guys.
Natural 20. So 27.
Nice.
Got a 22.
16.
25.
Oh, wow.
8.
Oh.
Adam, roll again because this has to do with rocks, and you are a dwarf.
Whoa! Yeah.
Did Baeridin roll again also?
No.
But he doesn't know he's not rolling.
Are genetics magical? This is like this world where the genetics are actually magic.
Yeah.
Why Susan can go through walls.
Right.
I have 14.
14. Okay, not quite
Thank
enough.
you.
Everybody with, and actually I should roll for Zanra. Ooh, yeah, she didn't notice. She notices the carvings, but Immeral, Enkai, and Baeridin, you all notice what appears to be a stone that's been pushed in place over like a rough opening.
Well, nothing to see here. Let's keep going.
Wait.
Wait.
There's a sign with words on it.
Aye.
That's why he didn't
You
notice.
mean the scribble? The scribble.
Yeah, those are words.
What are they written in?
It's actually written in those would be written in Elvish.
Well. Emerald's time. Excuse me, Dabney's time to shine.
Shandy, what does it say?
Says you can't remember my name. What does it say?
Did I not remember your name?
It's
Oh my gosh! It's a magic spell! Quick, everyone, look away from it!
I
Make-
can't read it
um,
anyway.
Neither can I now!
Make a quick
Don't worry,
intelligence
I'll say-
check for me, Dabney.
What's that?
Make an intelligence check real quick.
Okay. To put up with them?
Yep. No.
Well, that's not
I think
good.
that's a constitution.
That's a 5.
5. You see it says resting place of Takeshi.
Does it say resting fish place?
Just resting. So what would you guys like to do?
Well, it says resting.
Don't read it, Dabney! You'll forget your name!
You already forgot my name.
I did? Gragnold, what did I call it?
His name's Dabney. It's always
That's what I called it.
Did you see Zanra kind of put her finger on the letters? This is strange.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes, they are strange.
I forgot.
That's
No.
strange.
Dabney. The rocks.
Yes, so what about the rocks are strange?
This one in the middle. Doesn't it look
You
different
have to
from the rest?
elaborate a little bit more than this.
Push
This
on.
one looks like it's been pushed into place.
Okay.
And
Pull it out!
As soon as she points that out, the rest of you can see that pretty easily.
Can it be removed?
Should it be removed?
Depends on the meaning of resting place. Could be rest for relaxation or resting because you're dead.
Okay, you know what?
It wasn't even intended as a joke.
No,
It was just straightforward.
Gameplay question here. I have a legitimate gameplay question in
Mhm.
terms of making some of the rules for my DM.
Mm-hmm.
So with elemental attunement, I can create an elemental effect. Like, let's say, 1 foot of water,
Mm-hmm.
which is one of my personal faves, as you are well aware.
Yes.
Can I create that within the space behind this rock that has been pushed in?
What's the wording on it specifically?
As an action, you can briefly control elemental forces within 30 feet of you, a harmless sensory effect, or non-living material, or create an element within a 1 foot cube.
What if there's like paper behind there?
Yeah, you could do that. So you're trying to create, like, what are you trying to do behind?
What if there's an important fire back there?
Basically, what I'm going to do. Well, no, okay, a gust of wind. Fine, a gust of wind.
Okay.
And I'm basically trying to create pressure behind the stone, and behind the stone, so it pops out like a cork.
Well, let's all move
Well,
our faces away from the stone.
Yeah.
Emily, you rolled high enough that it looks like it was from the inside, pushed into place.
It was pulled into place from the inside?
Like someone moved a stone across from it. So, like, pushing on it from the inside would just wedge it further in place.
Oh, wait. Is it like a stone, or is it like a doorway stone?
A doorway stone, but not that big. Like, probably...
just going to lean on it and be like, what are we doing? Why is this?
Yeah. Just go ahead and make a quick strength check.
Oops.
I'm
going to try and stop him from doing this.
That is a 15.
15, that's enough. It wasn't
Nice.
very hard to push into place. You start leaning on it, and it just actually kind of, after a moment, starts to push in. It doesn't fall over, but you can push it in a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
I look around to make sure we're not going to die.
That's the wrong way, Greg.
No, it's supposed to push it in.
No! Wait, maybe.
I agree with him. This is the thing to do. I'll help you.
Oh.
Alright, so you guys push it in. Go ahead, Gragnold. Either you each can roll a strength check, or one of you with advantage. So, Gragnold.
I'm going to default to Gragnold. He's probably stronger than me.
To the barbarian.
I mean, it is your thing.
It's kind of my thing.
It's kind of
You got a 19.
19, easily enough. Like, as soon as you see it going in, you just kind of gently push it in, opening up. It does seem to come up against something after a little bit, so it's a bit of a squeeze. But you guys could easily pass between the two rocks and get into this gap.
So it like
area.
goes in like past the rock face?
Yep.
And then you can like go in this way.
Yeah, well, it was like, so there's like the rock face and sort of in there. So it was like an indent, and you pushed it further in.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Let's climb in.
let's go through.
All right.
There could be someone resting back there.
Yeah. This is their place to rest.
Or maybe they're dead.
So,
Yeah, we're there too.
Yeah, they'd be racing pretty well, wouldn't they?
I'm gonna sniff. See if I smell anything.
go ahead and make a
Joke went
perception
over
check.
better when I said it.
Does it smell like just like Baron? Like,
Really? Seriously? Come on. What? I have to put fake ears on my head or something?
18.
18. It smells like flying monkey pee.
Charming.
Oh.
Simply charming.
But I think a couple of you said you were walking in.
Yeah, I'm walking in.
Yeah, I guess I'm following them.
I'm walking in
Yeah.
third.
All right, so you guys go in. It's a fairly small space. So with the six of you going in there, it's tight, but you also see see 3 skeletons on the ground.
Get him,
Are
Gragnold!
Wait, are they like still wearing vestments?
They do
Like,
see,
are
yeah. Most of the clothing seems to have been rotted away. You do see what looks like leather armor. One of them wearing slightly better leather armor than the others.
Any other possessions around, like any weapons or like lanterns, packs, like anything metal that would not have corroded?
Or anything identifying.
Yes.
Or anything valuable.
All right. Well, Immeral, I will say the first thing that your eyes are immediately drawn to is a medallion sitting on above the studded leather armor of one of the skeletons that has a tree on it with 6 stars in the branches and a sword pointing up.
Oh, for the love of crumb cake.
Are these Dabney's family?
You see another one laying there, also with leather armor, has another one of the medallions, but with a different symbol on it.
Okay, that medallion matches my medallion. That means this is mine.
The whole guy?
The whole guy!
I don't know what you do with the whole guy.
But what do we do with the whole clan of people that we found that were your clan?
I think the most important question is, what
We
is
treat them
it?
with respect.
It was a dark, emotional moment.
Dabney, what does this mean?
That means that I'm possibly related to them.
People, all your family have these medallions?
I don't know. I've never met any of my family.
But do you know what the medallion means?
It means
What its symbolism is?
It's my family symbol.
Yes, because clearly we have no stake in this. Do we have to go back to this whole discussion?
I pull out. You know what? Irritated with both of them and all of these stupid questions.
Don't you dare pour water on me.
And I pull out my letter from my mom. Read it and weep, you heartless. Nah.
But if I was heartless, I wouldn't weep.
Baron, why is he so angry?
I don't understand.
This is an emotional time for me.
Well, I'm just asking a question.
These are his people.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that was easy enough. Thank you, Baeridin.
You get
I
first
already-
looting.
It's not a looting situation.
Oh, I misread it. I misread it. Gragnold, I misread
We're treating them with respect.
I apologize.
By stealing their things?
You're Dabney.
I thought it was looting too.
Perhaps we were alluding to
Oh, maybe.
something.
Yeah, maybe.
And also, the third skeleton that's also wearing just the leather armor has a scroll, like a leather scroll case, clutched. What it probably would have been clutched in their hand when they died, but this just has a skeletal hand resting over
Well,
their
let's
chest.
take a look at the scroll.
Give me a stick.
You've got a sword.
don't want to touch it.
I go over and carefully holding it out at arm's length as to not explode in my face, because this is the proper bracing procedure for all things that could blow up in one second.
Pick it up. Make a dexterity saving throw. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Save against explosion.
I'm kidding. No, you go and you open it and you see that there's just a small scrap of paper in there. It looks like it was used for something else at one point. And there's writing on one side. And if you go to Roll20 in your journals, it is available there. Because I didn't have time to write it and mail it this time.
Megan.
Where are journals?
So it's a little newspaper thing on Roll20.
Note.
Oh,
And it says note.
Okay.
nice. Oh, hey, that's where my quiver is.
Oh yeah, let's. There's the magnifying glass. Oh hey.
Let's see if I can get full screen. And then still zoom in, maybe.
Whoa.
That's okay.
All right.
Does one of you want to read it out loud, or would you want me to read it out loud? Since because
It's blurry.
It's a little
Yeah,
blurry.
can you read it?
yes.
Wait, I think I can do it. To whomever finds this, you hold the last testament of
Thalon Takeshi.
Thalon Takeshi Ire
Thyra?
Thyra and Ion. I'm having trouble with the names.
That's
Amra.
okay. Ari, Thalon Takeshi, Ira Thapira, and Armora Kaljor.
Wait, is that my dad?
We come from the village of Hildval.
Hildval.
Paul.
An outpost for the
Hiroto.
Hiroto.
Haroto Woods. Thanks. This is blurry, guys.
I'll read it. I
Hold
got
on.
it.
Will you read it, Megan?
Can I have Dawn? Can I have Dawn read it?
Sure. So,
dark.
yeah, you have Dawn kind of... Several weeks ago now, followers of Lolth came to our village, killing many and taking more. Thalon helped lead the rescue mission. We were successful in finding the city they had been taken to and able to rescue most of those taken. We had to split from the rest of the party to dissuade pursuit. We know not if we were successful in our endeavors. We fought many of the followers of Lolth, leading them away from our people, fleeing back to our village. We became trapped here. Some sort of guardian is blocking the way back, and there are creatures blocking our way ahead. We are injured and unable to fight further. Our only hope is that these words may one day make it back to our families so that they might know what became of us. Please, if you can, take our possessions back to our home, so that our families might know in peace. Then there are 3 sections, each written in a different hand. Elder Nilala, I cannot express the regret I feel at my failure to return home. I hope that the sadness brought by my passing back into the light is lessened by the safe return of those taken. No, that I am at peace with my choices and will take joy in the return of the light of Corleone. Give my best wishes to Sakala and Malone. Ari. Dearest mother and father, I am so sorry that I will not be returning to you. I do not like that the last breath that I draw will be in this dark and confined space. I have peace, though, in the hope that our actions brought about the safe return of our people. I ask that you plant an elder tree in remembrance of me. I love you as the sun loves the sky, Amara. My beloved Sana, I shall miss seeing your face and delight in your smile. My deepest regret is that I will not see you and our children again. I hope that you can reunite our family one day. My heart breaks that I will not be there once again to bask in the light and the love that we all share. Know that through Corleone, I will one day allow us to be together again. All my love and all my heart to you and our children. Thalin.
You know any of those people?
Is that your family?
Dabney? Dabney? I think it's a yes.
We're going to take all of the things, and we're going to take them carefully, and we're going to take them out of this hole with us when we leave.
I'm sorry, we tried to loot your family, Dabney. So, sorry, Gragnold was going to bash their heads.
I thought they were going to
Talking is not a good idea right now.
wake up. Whispering is different.
Talk.
See Zanra come over and put her hand on the note towards the top. Dabney, who were the people that wrote this?
They may have been part of my family.
Look. And she's pointing to one particular passage at the top. It says the followers of Lolth. How did they know? How do they know this followers of Lolth? To say followers of Lolth, not Drow. How is it?
You know as much as I do.
Make a insight check real quick.
I'm very emotional.
Okay.
Very emotional. Like, I am at one with my emotions.
All right.
Gragnold has a lot of empathy for you, and he's going to go stand in front of you and say, should we kill some people now? Is it time?
Not yet.
We can
But yes.
Okay.
We can take these things and press on or rest. I imagine you all probably are needing it. And again, at this point, like if you guys were to continue, would start needing to do Constitution saving throws to save off exhaustion.
Let's rest.
During the rest, Baeridin's going to ask Immeral, Dabney, I don't understand. How did your people wind up here?
I don't know. But we're going to find out, aren't we?
If that is what you wish.
As you guys start inspecting the items, Emerald Dabney, one thing that you notice is the swords that they all have are the two that had the medallions, very, very fine swords, and the one that was wearing the medallion of your family, the hilt of the sword also has that same symbol marked into it. It is a very well-made short sword.
Well, I'm going to take a cue from my new family. And I'm going to honor my ancestors by chopping some heads off with the swords of my ancestral clan.
All right, so you're taking that one?
I'm trying to take all of this so we can
Okay.
properly return it outside. But
What I'm asking is, are you putting the sword on?
oh yes.
Okay. And I'm just going to put in the Roll20 chat the other loot that you guys find. There's not much. Would you guys be inspecting the skeletons at all or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I want to know everything about what's going on.
Okay. So go ahead and make a medicine check. And I'll say Zonra's helping you with this so you can get advantage.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm still pretty distracted. That's an 8.
You have
Wait.
advantage.
You had advantage.
Hey, look at that. That's a 17.
A little better.
There you go. Total?
Yeah.
All right. Looking over these...
Ooh, chalk! I call chalk.
They are definitely elven skeletons, all three of them. The right kind of build. You do see just... How do I put this? They've been through the ringer. Several breaks and fractures in the bones. One of them, the other one wearing a medallion, one of the bones actually looks blackened like it was burned.
Okay.
And was 17, probably, yeah, be high enough. Near as you can figure, that occurred before death.
Oof.
So, he was charred to the bone ante-mortem.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what those words mean.
Your ante-mortem mortem is... she's a distant relative.
He burned before he died.
Oh.
Or she. Never, some people can tell the difference on the skeletons. I'm not that good at it.
Hmm.
Well, Dabney's looking at the skeletons, and Kai is going to bend down and say some kind of prayers in honor of the dead. And she's going to use mending and mend the broken bones back together.
Okay. Nice.
I never thought about, like, mending can be used to mend broken bones. It's very interesting.
I like that. Yeah. Yes, and you go and kind of mend the bones together, honoring each of them. And I guess I'm assuming you guys would take, like, pretty much all of the items with you.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they leave?
There were traps. There
They
was
were
someone guarding on the other side, it said?
So you guys came down and there were all those fish people.
And they were they sealed themselves in this room.
Yeah.
Do we know about how long ago this occurred? Can we guess from the amount of decay?
Well, they're all skeletal.
If anybody wants to make a nature check.
I could do that.
I could do...
I could help with that as well.
Yep.
Everyone's making nature.
Go for
We're
it.
all nature.
All my naturey folks make some nature.
22.
15.
Let me hear for the woods, y'all. 22.
21.
Nice.
15.
All right. They've been dead at a minimum several months. The stone looks like there probably was enough room underneath it for small things to get in. You do see some evidence of like gnawing on some of the bones, like rats or mice or some other small creatures had gotten in here, but there's nothing in here now at this point. So at a minimum several months, but could be years.
Okay.
The air in here is very, very dry. So
So we gather up their things, and well, the empty quivers not so much, but especially the swords and the bows and the daggers.
all right. And to be clear, those two fine short swords are not including the one you grabbed, Immeral.
Okay.
I'll take the chalk.
No, I got the chalk.
I want to draw with it.
So do I.
Was there anything remarkable or special about the unstrung bows? Being a ranger, I might be able to tell, like...
One is a longbow, one's a short bow. So
Fair enough.
It looks like the strings were gnawed away or just maybe rotted away.
Okay.
If you wanted to unstring, like, I'm assuming you would have supplies to fix your bow, so you could probably restring. So if you wanted to get a longbow that was made by elves, it doesn't add any, like, extra damage and stuff. It looks really nice. It's well made.
Okay.
But it will be a standard longbow if you wanted that.
No, I wouldn't want to take the option of the memorial away.
Abney, do your people have a burial rite or anything like that?
Like I would know.
In that case, do you want to use the Moonfang cleanse? I'm sure our clan leader would be fine with it.
They wanted this to be taken up to the surface. We'll take it back up with us. We might find more information in the meantime.
But what about them?
I'm going to find out what my family's burial rites are.
So we'll come back and get there and go up with them being the bodies. On the way back? Or you want to do that now?
It's impractical to take the bodies, but we're going to at least take their possessions as they requested.
You guys see Zanra take one of her daggers and slice open her palm and walk to each skeleton and place her palm over their head and say a quick prayer. Mumbling, Baron speaks Undercommon, correct?
Yep.
Does anybody else? Alright. You would recognize what she says, which is, to those who knew what was the true evil below, and did not mistake those who would be friends, I swear I will do my best to find vengeance for you and peace for your spirits. And she says this over each body.
Very nice.
She kind of starts when you say that.
Who carved this sign?
The one outside?
Yeah.
It's a good
I
question.
think they did, and then they crawled inside and
pushed
closed
it
it up.
Yeah.
So then Takeshi had already died at that point?
I think Takeshi's a family name.
They knew they were going to die.
Yeah, I think they went in there. They'd rather die than continue to fight what's down here.
It might have been a signal to other people that would come looking for them. If that's so, it seems to have performed its duty.
Whatever they were avoiding must have been worse than dying alone in a cave.
Imagine being so trapped and so without hope that you know the place you're crawling into, you will never leave.
Baeridin, I don't think that helps.
There is always hope.
That's how it works. They drew the
There is
name.
always hope. Never give up hope.
Immeral turns around from standing over all of the skeletons and addresses the group. And you know what I hope? I take the sword that had my family crest on it. We are going to take this and we're going to drive it through every single worshiper of Lolth that drove these three down here.
Immeral, as you say those words, you feel this wash of strength and power, almost approval, come over you.
It's from me. It's from Gragnold.
Is Gragnold Vengeance Bear?
Finally!
Well, what would the symbol on your tummy be if you're Vengeance Bear? I'm just curious.
It's a drop of blood.
I was like, it's two swords.
Two
with a head
swords.
to fly.
With another Care Bear head between them.
Vengeance Bear.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I kind of want to see art for that now. Let's get Randall on that one.
Vengeance Bear.
There is a
I'm looking around feeling this wash of approval.
You're doing it, Abney. You're doing it. There you are.
Do I have any idea where this wash of approval is coming from?
Make a wisdom check. I mean, there is Gragnold hugging your leg right now, so.
Well, that explains why. Because that explains why I'm so distracted. Because he's hugging one of my legs.
That is so bad. That's what, your third one tonight?
Hold on.
That's pretty bad.
Do you have the couch for your dice?
Yeah, where's the couch?
2 dice.
Need some rehabilitation.
Dice rehab.
Bringing out the bracer and see what I get them. Yeah, where were you? You're in. No,
You don't-
you're in timeout.
As much as you can tell, like, you see the pride coming off of Gragnold's face, and you're like, that's it. Just feeling connected to your friends.
We're all committed to finding vengeance. Now we just have one more. She agrees as well. Points over to Zenra.
Yes. And she would.
I turned to ask Zenra. The sword, the symbol on the sword. What do you know about this?
It's the same symbol you wear around your neck. I mean, can I see the blade?
I pull it out and hand it to her.
She kind of starts for a moment looking at it. This is incredibly finely made. Would you like me to see what I can find out about it?
Yes.
You see her sit down and concentrate and close her eyes, starting to mumble some arcane words, and her eyes flash open. Danby Takeshi is your name?
Dabney. Not Danby, Dabney.
Dabney Takeshi.
What's your name?
That's your name, right?
Yes.
Amazing. You knew his name.
This is yours.
How is this mine?
It is your family's blade. It needs some time to get used to you, but it's yours.
That was my father?
What was your father's name?
Was that also?
It's not Dan. Remember what I said earlier about talking?
This blade is incredibly old and incredibly powerful, but it's only letting me see a bit of what it can do. It has to be bonded to somebody of its family.
We're gonna both have swords that talk to us.
Speaking of talking, not a good idea right now.
We have so much in common.
I smell a sitcom.
I'm the clean one.
I don't believe you.
Wherever they go, they have swords that are talking.
When you meditate, spend some time meditating on that.
Okay.
And then it'll teach you to read.
I know how to read.
Gragnold, do you think you can push that rock back? It would be safer if nothing comes crawling in after us.
As long as we can pull it back off the side, I won't push it too far.
I'm certain you'll be able to pull it if these guys were able to move it.
Move it back to the spot where it'll protect us.
Yep, you have to push it back. Make sure you leave enough of a good handhold that you can pull it back out.
Is there anything else in this little cave?
No, it's very small, the 3 bodies. And you can see where they didn't have a fire even, but it looks like they did have a little bit of a campsite of some kind. But there's really not much in here at all.
I sit down and I start meditating on the sword.
You should sit on it. It's sharp.
I am going to use it on somebody in this room.
Stab me. Let me teach you how to use this sword.
You're about to start calling me Stab Me if you keep it up.
How many pun names can we come up with before it changes back?
So many. All right. Anything else that anyone wanted to do that night before resting?
I just, while everybody was talking and chatting and doing everything, I was just kind of sinking into the background, just making a makeshift camp for everyone.
Mm-hmm. And Zonor will come over and tell you that a small fire might bring a lot of hope to everybody, especially since the cave entrance is closed and the light won't travel.
I'm on it.
How high is this cave? We can't have a fire in here. We'll get some smoke us out.
There's enough of a gap, like around the door and stuff. And also, the wood you guys brought is really, really dry. So. And she's not suggesting like a campfire, like just a slightly brighter than a 3-wick candle.
Wait, they're holding wood?
Mm-hmm.
Which one of them is holding it?
Look at me.
Hello. I'm the nature dude.
Baeridin.
Okay, yeah. Before I start meditating, I go over. I'm looking at you, looking at the wood. Start a fire on it.
Sure, because I didn't have that idea on my own. Whatever you wish.
Go back and I start meditating on the.
No, it's whatever he needs, Gragnold.
Not as in physically on, not as in sitting on, but meditating, contemplating the concept of the sword.
You didn't have an idea on your own. Why were you carrying the wood?
We're getting to know each other very well.
I think he was being sarcastic.
I tend to think things
Gragnold, I think he was saying like he does have the idea.
He meant the opposite.
His body language intoned the idea that like it was meant to be. It was sort of an opposite, contrasted to what he was saying.
I get it.
And that's how we knew that it was sarcasm.
Oh, backwards day.
Yeah, that's it. You got it, Greg.
He was being filled with species.
Filled with feces.
If you're filled with feces, do that outside the cave. Don't want to smell that tonight.
It's too small a cave, Gragnold.
Backwards day, that's right.
Before we cut to Immeral, Zonra would sit down with Baron and an Undercommon. When did you come to learn this language?
I have followed many paths during my journey. A lot of days when I couldn't stand the light, I sought into the shadows. Got myself a few jobs here and then. Sometimes to make money, we travel with those that we don't always desire. So I picked up a thing or two to make sure I wasn't dead.
Who did you travel with down here?
Mostly thieves escaping the law. They paid me to get them away from town, away from law, down to lawlessness. Again, not proud of all the steps I've taken, but it's kept me on a straight path.
So you know a bit about survival down here?
More than a bit.
Good. We'll need to keep them alive. It's going to be a full-time job.
I'm up for it. Extra hours included.
Good.
What's your stake in all this? Pretty fresh onto a group of misfits to be this tied to us. There's got to be some other reason.
Lady Bircha has been incredibly kind to me. And told me that there was going to be a time soon where those would come that would need my guidance and my aid. And that I would have to go back to where I didn't want to be. I think you all fit that bill rather well.
We never go where we want to be, but we always are where we need to be. I like that you follow signs and omens. I have more respect for you than I did yesterday. I like you. You're very nice.
I like you too, Ranger.
Be careful.
Do you know anything of these elves from this woods? These ones who know enough to understand that Loth is the one that is evil, not my people in general?
Slight out of game pause. Would Baron know just through any kind of
I think he would have traveled there and met the wood elves, but they're not the most welcoming bunch.
filthy human?
Like it's one of those things of there's the high elves that live more to a coastal city nearby that are slightly more hospitable in the fact that they have places to stay and they actually welcome visitors. The wood elves, who would be more of your people, just more keep to themselves, are polite, but they'll invite you to tea and then talk dirty about you behind your back after you leave. Right? And then there were wood gnomes around that were a lot more hospitable and a lot more fun to stay with, so I think he would have spent most of his time with them.
Most of my relationships up to this point have been of convenience, I guess you could say. I like to engage with more people that have fun, not people that take themselves a little too seriously. No offense to elves.
Well, you definitely would not like Drow high society then. The worshippers of Loth take themselves very seriously.
Drow high society is not something that makes sense to me.
Nor me. Alright, well, sleep. I'll meditate lightly. Keep an eye out.
I'll take a standard watch.
Go ahead, you can rest the night. This cave is safe, I think. It's as safe as any place we're going to find here. Rest is something that's going to be hard to come by in the next few days, I think. A few weeks, however long it is down here.
Thank you again for your help. I know that it's very appreciated.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anything that they would do before resting?
Baeridin is roasting dried fruit on the fire, which is not very effective or tasty.
You invented caramelizing.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
That's delicious, by the way. Fire roasted Starburst, for any of you out there who have not tried it, that is delicious.
Any particular flavor?
All of them. Fire roasted
I would have imagined
Starburst,
they would have just melted.
they turn into a bit of a gooey mess if you're not careful, but you know.
I feel like we did that with torch, like a creme brulee torch.
Yeah, creme brulee torch.
In a pinch, you can do that with a creme brulee torch, absolutely, and get a nice caramel coating on the outside of the Starburst.
Fine dining.
Mhm.
Yeah. Creme brulee torch on a Starburst.
Yeah.
I may have done that on some creme brulee.
Pinky's out.
All right. Emerald, as you are meditating and focusing on sword, what's going through his mind? What is he thinking? Or Dabney, sorry.
Well, not that Wagner exists in this world, but whatever's going on it has an underscore of Ride of the Valkyries.
All right.
That sort of vibe going on right now.
Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Stab. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Go ahead and look at your character sheet on D&D Beyond. Not a sponsor.
Been so long since we've used it.
We do have the overlay from D&D Beyond too, so if other people want to see what was just added, they can.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I didn't think about that.
They have like a thing where they can click on our character sheets.
Ah!
So they
My
can see all the
privacy.
cheating.
Yes.
They're gonna find out whatever it is before I do.
Just changing some stuff on my character sheet.
Just editing.
I can't find it. No.
And your inventory.
Oh no.
Will it let me add spells that I don't yet have access to?
Vamp. I
Well,
failed my wisdom
ever
check.
since-
I just did something else to it, so now you should be able to see it. A hint, look in your attunement area.
I don't know my attunement area.
If you go to
Are you
the
looking at it on D&D Beyond?
on D&D Beyond. Yeah.
Well, you see, here's the funny thing.
That's
You said D&D Beyond.
Uh-huh.
I heard roll 20.
Oh, no, not Roll20. D&D Beyond. It's
very
all
different.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, what am I looking for on D&D Beyond?
Go to your equipment.
Equipment.
Your attuned items, the second thing.
What? I have boots of speed?
Yeah. You've had those since, like, episode 3 or 4.
Awesome. I'm so fast.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
It's not showing up?
No.
Hold on.
You have new stuff?
I got
Yeah,
the
the
same stuff
Moonblade.
I always have. Great stuff.
It's there. The Moonblade at the House of Takeshi. Very top
That's fun.
of your inventory list.
Yeah, let's see if the refreshing works.
Our
We're
producer
figuring
can
it
see
out.
it.
We're professionals.
We're professionals.
We're professionals. This is how we do it. Emerald, essentially, as you concentrate on this blade and think about, like, gaining revenge, you, again, get that wash of approval. And this time you know it's not from Gragnold, who is snoring incredibly loudly not too far away.
It's not coming from me, though. I'm dreaming about approving of him, though.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you got it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yep.
Wanna...
Oh, I'm meditating. None of you know this.
None of us know what.
The next... Alright, and so you feel an attunement with this weapon, and you feel that the desires of the weapon and your desires are very much in line. Well, we can't say next morning, because it's not exactly morning here, but eventually you all wake up feeling refreshed, having had a full rest, so spells and hit points recharge.
All right.
Those of you who have items that recharge at dawn, those would have recharged as well.
Okay.
The next morning, getting up, you guys hear a little bit of faint scratching along some of the walls. Sonra kind of looking around.
Oh, wow.
Clearly coming from outside, not inside.
Seems to be coming from outside. Not the wall where the stone is, but like further towards the back.
I wonder if I have a... I do not. Sandra, what's that?
Scavengers of some kind. No,
Do you
they...
think they're friendly?
They're not... They're friendly in the way, what is that creature? Skunk is friendly?
Oh, sure, they're very friendly. Maybe a little too friendly.
As they're probably smelling some of the food and things that we have. It's probably best to start moving on. Alright, well... She kind of stands up, cracks her neck. We know we're heading into a fight, at least. Is there anything that anyone wants to do to prepare? I don't know how far down this tunnel this guardian thing is that they left behind that trapped these guys here.
Jumping jacks. My morning, I'm doing my sun salutations.
So question
Mhm.
regarding
Labney.
this is so short swords are technically my monk weapon.
Yes.
Already.
Yes.
How fun.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, but this
Brilliant.
means I have to be good. I call shenanigans on this. This is behaviorism in action.
Care to explain?
This is ridiculous. I can't act chaotic. I can't be all, roguey at people and, be the tempest that Master Owashi always said Immeral was.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to my god and too.
More like Gab.
It's okay. He's having a strange interlude.
So, yeah, there's an interesting choice there, Megan.
Dabney, are you okay? Is that sword gonna work for you?
What's that?
Is that sword gonna work for you, Dabney?
I pull it out and I start just practicing with it.
Right. And you guys saw the sword come out several times yesterday. It's a very fine blade. What you notice this time, though, as Emerald pulls it out, it is glowing.
No. Actually,
I think that's straight up Dabney.
I think we need to spar a little bit.
Blade buddies.
No sparring in the tiny cave.
Yeah, not the tiny.
That's too much
Bad
more.
idea.
Look like best friends.
So you have Dawn with this bright sunlight, and then Emerald's sword with this silvery moonlight.
Wow. Someone draw a picture.
I think that's
Blade
what
buddies.
Oh, right.
He kept the chalk.
Oh,
So anyway, I just start practicing with it, doing some monk forms.
mm-hmm.
Me too.
And it, Emerald, it feels like a natural extension of your arm.
Oh,
Like this, you used it, yeah, I'm assuming you kind of swung it around a little bit yesterday, and like, it
Right.
kind of felt like, all right, it's going to take some getting used to. The balance is a little different than what I know. But this morning, it's like you've been practicing with this blade for years.
huh. All right.
What's its name?
I don't. It's the Takeshi blade.
You should call it Stabney.
Oh.
Remember,
Okay, you know what? Fine. All right. You know what? And I take it out sarcastically. And I'm like, okay, Takeshi blade, honored family heirloom of my entire unknown lineage.
is it backwards, Dig?
Oh, for the love of...
I think it's that, but it is. That's
Okay,
not
you know...
weird.
No,
That's true.
So,
It's not backwards.
Takeshi... I gingerly hold it. Takeshi blade, honored blade of my entire freaking family.
I don't know why is that
Would you like to be called Stabney? No, I didn't think so. What vibe am I getting?
Confusion.
Yeah, no, see, oh my god, it's confused.
Dabney, I think Gragnold could just speak in his mind. I don't think you have to say it out loud.
No, hold on. No, I'm actually worried. The blade is confused, and
Oh, Dawn was that. Is it okay if I tell him, Dawn?
Yeah, I guess so.
Dawn was a bit anxious yesterday. Welcome to having a magic sword.
Dawn was anxious.
No, she. Well, it's a cave. We're underground.
I don't like it.
She doesn't like it.
Doesn't like what?
So she's the Dawn Blade, and she's, being underground means there's no dawn, there's no sun. It's sort of depressing if you're made of sun,
Dawn, are you made of sun?
You can tell him that in a way, I was made from the light of the sun to bring light to dark places like this, but I was trapped for over 1,000 years in a dark cave.
Yep, she's made of sun.
Cool!
Why is Dawn feeling anxious?
Because she's made of sun, we're going to cut off all the heads of the people that live underground, and she doesn't like to be underground.
Okay, so she
Does
doesn't.
Stabney feel anxious?
Not. This is the Takeshi blade, okay? Takeshi blade.
Takeshi
We're
blade.
honoring my family.
All right. It's the catchy blade. I got it.
Takeshi blade.
No, to catch the blade.
Takeshi blade.
You know what? Understanding why Dawn is anxious, I actually pull out the Takeshi blade, and it's already pulled out, and I actually concentrate to try and make it glow brighter.
All right. And you do sit, the light does start to brighten from it.
I make Dawn glow brighter.
I'm trying to make Dawn feel better, you fool. This is not a competition.
This is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like Barber Seville with the barber chairs keep going higher and higher. It's like a cartoon. I love it.
Turn into dueling banjos in a moment.
Bing, 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 bing.
Hold on. Gragnold, is Dawn feeling better with more light? Oh.
Maybe they can be friends.
It's nice not having so much darkness, I guess. And it's good that Immeral has a stronger sword.
She likes that you have a sword, finally.
I had a sword.
But a nice one. Name.
Yeah,
Yes, Takeshi. The Takeshi blade.
The Takeshi blade.
the catchy blade.
It's catchy.
What am I getting in terms of vibes from the sword right now?
Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Good God, that's 4 17s in a roll. That's a dirty 20.
Nice. How do I phrase this?
But
What have I gotten myself into? I guess would be the best kind of collection of emotions that you're getting. Sort of like this. Okay, funny, but
Why?
yeah.
So I think the empathy word you might be searching for is disbelief.
Not quite more bafflement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's what Baron and Enkai are feeling too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That out.
Probably
Are we
Zandra
going
as
to
well.
go
She's just kind of sitting.
Kill people, or
Are you all ready? You seem
No,
very
I'm
anxious to get going. We're walking into a trap. Anybody have anything they want to do?
maybe extinguish the lights so we're not seen?
This would be the first thing I would suggest.
Resheathing.
They're nice and all. Just don't want to die today.
Give yourselves a few moments to let your eyes adjust. Alright, Gragnold, can you pull out the stone? And, yep. I'm not even gonna have you make a strength check. It's
can I
small
wear
enough
an eye patch?
I
Oh my
wear
God.
that.
Natural 20.
yeah, without issue. Just
Why? We're already under
Like a pirate.
but we're already under the ship's hull.
Yes, I see what he's saying.
if you
I
want to,
understand
yeah.
where he's going for with this, but we're
I've seen
already-
Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Because we know that we're walking into a trap, I want to cast Pass Without Trace on everyone.
Alrighty.
But Enkai has it.
Nice.
I
Zandra
wanna
would
fit
nod
in.
with that. So I'm assuming moving ahead stealthily.
Yes.
Alright, so go ahead and make stealth checks, add 10 to whatever you roll.
Whoa.
Does Pass Without
30.
Trace give us advantage?
Gives you a
Gives
plus
you-
10.
Plus
Oh! Wow.
Plus 10 instead of our previous modifier.
No, your modifier, whatever you roll, and then add 10 to that on top of that.
That's great. So I get a plus 21.
That is a lot.
I rolled at 18.
Are you serious?
I got a natural 20.
I got a 20.
Alright!
So,
Nice work, us.
I'm glad I had that plus 21 because I only rolled an 8.
Gragnold, what did you get?
27.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you guys are all stealthily moving along. Alright, so you guys travel for the better part of...
It was
Without-
worth it for that alone.
I violently, but with kindness, with loving kindness, to let them know this
So
is
good.
appropriate, but also funny. I smacked him upside the head.
All right.
Baeridin calms down his handshakes to be a little slower.
Your hands are too jazzy. Not spirit fingers, jazz hands.
All right. As you guys are going along, you travel for probably about 4 hours or so.
Easily the longest time Baeridin's ever been quiet without being asleep.
Yep. And eventually you come to this spot where you see the tunnel. There has been no break off. Like, this has just been one solid, like, we are having to go in one line direction. But eventually you come to this place where you see the path bottleneck. And let me bring you guys over there before we go to break. You can see on the top, there's 2 maps. So the one at the very top there is the overview map. We do have the the dynamic lighting, so you can't see through the wall. The second one below, though, is what you're seeing from the ground. So there's about a 5.5-foot gap, and you see some light coming from the other side of that gap, but you don't see anything yet what's creating that light. And you do hear some chattering.
Do any of us recognize the chattering?
Go ahead and make perception checks.
I'm gonna guess parcel tongue.
Snake people.
11.
What roll was it?
16.
Perception.
9.
19.
14.
Oh.
Emerald, you were able to, or sorry, Dabney, you were able to hear I guard. And then there's just a bunch of incessant chatter. And then again, I guard.
I guard.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize what tongue it's in?
Seems to be common. And right before we go to break, I'll say you guys see it, with all the rolls you guys made, it does not see you yet. A skull wreathed in green flame floating across the opening.
Green flame.
And that is where we will take a quick break.
Zoinks.
I'll be right back.
All right. So let's pop over to chat and say hi to everybody.
What winds up being Old Man McGillicuddy?
Hey.
No, it is Old Man McGillicuddy.
And I would have gotten away with it too.
Oh my god, I definitely want Gemhammer to make Grand Moonblades.
That's awesome.
Yes. A reminder, we have the
Flabney home exercise program.
Oh, Flabney! I didn't think about Flabney.
He did
Flabney.
I also did. He did Gabney.
There's also Grabney.
I was going to say, remember
yes.
when you used to take stuff from Nick all the time and we used to call you Grabney?
Yeah, Grabney.
Because your name has always been
Or Nap.
Nabney.
Nabney. Ooh.
And when he's really grumpy, we call him Crabney.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do.
There's some questions whether or not Dr. B was the only CBT person. There's some questions about, I guess, modalities, ACT, stuff like that.
I'm an ACT person.
In terms of hardcore CBT, I think so.
I use a lot of CBT. I'm mostly, I guess,
Yeah.
Buddhist psychology.
I'm CBT light.
Well, so let's talk about that for a moment, because it's not that I think any of us, stick to one thing. It's just kind of the lens through which we see everything. And I tend to conceptualize everything from a very classical CBT perspective, even though I borrow from a lot of different people.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
One of my grad teachers used to call it selective borrowing, which I always thought was a better term than eclectic. That I purposefully pick and choose the interventions and perspectives that are going to best serve this particular client.
You use what works.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Larry, what does CBT mean to you?
I don't think you want to ask that question, Dr. B.
Thanks.
We're getting into a weird area, folks. Weird area.
I know, Larry. I'm just going to...
Wait, what did you say about me, Larry? Oh, son of a gave birthday bits.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, what did Larry say about me earlier?
Which, No. Google something. All right.
Oh, okay. But no, it's so in regards to CBT, it's just the language I speak. I mean, I think of everything through that lens, even though I it's just the way I think about cases.
Yeah, I'd say. Go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
I was going to say my perspective tends to be pretty Bowenian or structural.
Oh, okay.
In approach.
Oh.
I'm very systems theory oriented.
Okay. So, SCA-man, it means cognitive behavioral therapy. A little bit of a history lesson. It was part of third wave psychology in the 1960s that was largely composed of humanistic therapies. And cognitive behavioral therapy was the first form of basically applied psychology that was empirically based instead of a bunch of old white dudes going, yeah, this is how I think it works.
You want to sleep with your mother.
Which is good, but the fashion sense at the time.
No.
We're talking about porn.
Terrible.
Yeah. And I like to use ACT, which actually is a fourth wave therapy. So it's an offshoot of CBT and systems therapy, which I like. It's super complicated. Well, it's easy, but the theory underneath of it is complicated, which for some reason I
love ACT. The more you teach me about it, the more I love it.
DBT, anyone?
I've taught it.
Learned a little bit of it.
Yeah, DBT and Buddhist psychology very closely aligned, except I'm a little bit more mainlined for, we cause our own suffering through our perception, whether or not we attach or push ourselves away from something or remain ignorant to it. We cause most of our own suffering through cognition and distortion. So use of like self-analysis, pattern, path, to basically determine how it is that we decide upon a decision and how we break ourselves from habit energy. Jack Cornfield. What?
Sorry, I just read what Larry said.
Special effect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, it was.
Oh my god.
I like the Funko Pop.
Oh
That's
my
nice.
god. Funko Pop is like 20 miles from here. We got to get. I want them to do a political roll line.
That would be so
the
amazing.
headquarters is a magical place.
I want to go.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
Crabney. Yes, Crabney.
That's good.
Crabney. Crabney.
Crabney is very fitting.
Yeah.
One of you said Flabney if I'm not working out.
Flabney. Yep. Yeah.
I actually wrote down a whole bunch that I plan to use later.
Oh, Dabney.
Be right.
Oh, someone got a bingo.
Wait, got bingo!
Got a bingo! Yay!
Man!
Was it just now?
What's up, Joe?
Or was that before?
Was it Jack going?
What was the
to
winning
take a break?
bingo?
Josho! Hi, Josho!
Hi.
I feel like SCA-man. All I hear when I see your name is the Scat Man.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you. It is now in my head.
Oh, thank you, Sven's mom. Hearts.
Oh, what's up, Sven's mom?
Sven's mom.
Yeah.
Has got it going on.
So,
90s reference.
90s music reference!
Yes.
No, I think that was like 2001.
No way.
Oh.
Stacey's mom?
Stacey's mom, I think it was in the 2000s that came out.
Oh, 2000s reference.
Yeah.
Like a decade
But
ago.
Ziba Babadado was also used in many 90s songs.
Let's see. Hold on. Stacey's mom.
Yeah, SCA-man, you got it.
2003. Wow.
Whoa, I feel misled.
So, guys, real quick on that map. So this is, again, using Flowscape, not a sponsor, $10 program. Get it? It's amazing. I'm going to try doing this with the maps of having the top one be the aerial view where you guys can move yourselves around, but the bottom one being the ground view so you actually have an idea of what the battlefield looks like.
We cannot see the bottom one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you can't see the bottom one. Because of darkness and stuff. Hold on.
If you put like a light source there.
I will. Let me...
I was going to say, I only see one map.
Okay, hold on.
It's also worthwhile to mention because there is a wall here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see through. I know.
It also makes like a shadow that kind of extends down this way.
Come on, why can't I select things? Did I forget to put that? I forgot to put something on the other.
Everybody stutters one way or the other, so check out my message to you.
Oh my God.
In fact, I don't let nothing hold you back, because the Scatman can do it, brother. So can you.
Oh, there we go.
This is Scat Man.
Who's
Okay.
this Scat?
I think you are.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Sometimes those
Alright.
things just like stay in my head.
Oh,
There
I
we
get
go.
it.
Now you
Yeah.
guys should be able to
Oh.
see the bottom map.
That's true. You're like the king of that.
I get it.
Can you guys see the bottom map now?
Oh, Jack is
Empire.
Jack
Emperor
is
of that.
emperor of that. Pop culture references.
What I miss?
Does it work better?
Jack knows lots of references.
It is a
to
little
things.
better.
Okay.
I revealed that I
yeah.
know a lot of song lyrics to obscure
I'm placing down things
There we
that
go.
cast
Yep.
light.
one scat song.
It's a little better. I should take like a screen cap and show you.
Oh, it's
I'll
definitely
figure
getting
out a better way to do this. I might not do dynamic lighting.
Well, but other
It's
people
cool
can
thing.
see it. That's great that, according to Son of a, they stand both versions.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys should be able to see it now. Oh, there's a kitty cat.
Oh, way.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Yes,
Jack.
Larry. Yes.
The Fresh Princess.
No,
Yes.
I don't want to leave. No, wait.
Is that because you were?
The Fresh Princess. All right, guys.
No,
Sorry about that.
Now
That
that
was
we-
Aussie.
Been long established.
On the playground is where you spent most of your days.
No, I was scared of the playground. That's where the bullies were.
Oh, did they?
Chilling out,
Yeah.
relaxing, relaxing.
Where I
No,
grew
I
up,
was
we didn't
usually-
have a playground. It was too small of a town.
Did those guys
Oh.
cause trouble in your neighborhood, though?
Did your mom
All
get
right, guys. Let's go ahead and
She
jump.
did once send to live me with my auntie and uncle, but it was a hick town, so. Mm-mm.
Let's jump back
What is
into
the
this.
license plate fresh?
No.
with a dice in the mirror?
Kind of thing. You could
There were
say
dice in some rearview mirrors for sure.
Three more backers needed. Oh, 3 more backers needed to unlock the dice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ah, spread the love, spread the love.
Okay, gang. No, go
Criticalcore.org.
back
Critical Core.
to the core. I want those dice.
Same.
Also, it's a good cause.
But more importantly, we want those dice.
More importantly,
I want those dice.
Yeah.
your cause.
You were proof that we made the right choice by adding those dice. We thought we would get people sharing it more.
Yes. So share more, and also let's get them past to 220.
Kids go to hospitals, go to schools. We really love the idea of not just getting cool people cool dice, but getting more kids out into the world. More kids playing RPGs.
Worth pointing out, the 250 level also buys you a kit and donates a kit to a place that could use it.
All right. So, chat, we'll be back at the end. If you haven't entered the contest, make sure you do so. We will announce the winner at the very end of the stream. So, we will see you
what's
then.
the code?
What was that? Sorry. It's who is Emerald? Or exclamation point, who is Emerald? Oh, birthday bits for Megan was the sound. Aw. Thank you for birthday bits. You guys are awesome.
Aw. Yay, son of a.
Thank you, son of a. All right. So, at this point, you guys have entered into this cave where you see the bottleneck, and there is a green flame skull. Does not seem to have noticed you guys at this point. What do you wish to do?
It's just floating?
It's floating around and it's muttering to itself. It's kind of
is it muttering to itself in a way that's like it's like bored and it's keeping itself?
I whisper to all of you. All I heard is I guard.
Maybe it's Murray.
Oh my gosh! Please be Murray.
Classic.
Please be Murray.
I honestly don't know the reference right now.
Never wanted more.
I want this to be Murray
It's a reference
so badly.
It's a reference to Monkey Island.
I will be Herman Toothrell.
This is the 90s reference, The
My-
Curse of Monkey Island.
Oh. Yeah, you guys just see
Really?
it floating back and forth, and it does not seem to be aware of you as of now.
I'm gonna go kill it.
Do I know what a floating flaming skull thing is? Do I have any idea what that is?
Make an intelligence check.
How do I cut its head off if it's...
Thank you, Department of Redundancy Department.
This is Gragnold's biggest fear.
Just a floating head.
Philosophy.
It can't be killed.
There's nothing you can do.
This is your version of a Cohen. It's like, if it's already decapitated, can I cut off its head?
Yeah, right.
Is it possible? I got a 17.
I'm gonna meditate and talk to the gods about this.
17. You've heard of different
I'm just kidding.
undead type inventive uses of former bodies and things. You have no direct experience with this, though. It seems to be, from what you're observing and what you're seeing, it does seem to be moving with some intelligence, at least. But again, it does not seem to be aware of you guys as of yet, since you haven't really said anything or moved.
Does it seem to be following like a pre-programmed route? Like it's almost like on a loop of some kind?
It seems to just be floating back and forth across that little short opening. Not like it's... It's more like it's just moving. Not necessarily like it's it's not following a specific time or anything. It's just kind of floating.
I see where you're at. We just had a little bit of a communication here.
Uh-huh.
Immeral
Dabney
creates a foot of water where the skull is.
Okay.
Is it a real flame or just like a...
Well, we're gonna find out.
1 foot cube of water directly around the skull.
I
like
I know, I have to try to figure out what would happen to that.
But attacking it was bad.
Okay.
Throwing that out there.
You guys have a surprise round right now. So, Immeral is dousing the flame skull in a cubic foot of water. What's everybody else doing?
Baeridin's gonna turn into a bear and jump on it.
Okay.
He was the one who was
Baeridin's turning into a bear.
He's like ready to go.
Alright.
As soon as it stops being on fire.
Baeridin is gonna shoot an arrow.
Baeridin's taking a big...
I'm pulling my sword and casting Shillelagh.
Alright. And Gragnold?
Gragnold is so perplexed about what this thing is.
Gragnold's gonna stare at it.
Imagining.
And Zonra will take her swords out and start doing her sword dance. So, Emerald, you douse the thing in water and you see the fire kind of crackle and dim for a moment, but then as the water passes, the flames come back and it turns around and its eyes flash bright red. Jack, go ahead and make your attack roll.
That's real bad.
Alright.
That's really bad for me.
That was bad.
So who's making the attack roll?
Jack said he was firing arrows at it.
Get it in the eye.
12.
12. That unfortunately misses.
Yeah.
So
Now,
the way you were aiming for it, you had expected it to be a little bit further up, but it had stopped its movement when the water came onto it as it spun around.
Does this count as an action, giving me 2 attacks?
Yes, I'll say that.
Hey! 26.
26 will definitely hit. Let's go ahead and roll damage.
9.
9 points of damage. Alright, and then Baeridin, you were changing into a bear. I have to get you your bear token. Hold on. We had one. Okay. There's your bear.
Bear. He's so adorable.
Aw. Grr.
Grr. I got that reference.
There you are.
Oh.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Bears are big.
What's up, transmogrification?
Why can't I... Oh, because I made it a drawing. Hold on.
It got larger.
There we go. Like, save changes. Okay. You should be able to control the bear now. Okay. Alright, go ahead and make an attack roll with the bear. And I need to change this music up.
And he's definitely leaping on top of the skull.
Okay.
Fighting it, which is now a real bad idea, but that was what he was doing. So.
Okay.
Bite is a 10 to hit.
That will miss, unfortunately.
Claw is a 12 to hit.
12 unfortunately misses as well.
So I'm gonna chalk that up to Baeridin like leaping in midair and then seeing that it's still on fire and then sort of like flailing in bear.
And Baeridin, as you come around that corner, jumping on the skull, you look around and you see these two other creatures that had been sitting in the corners, not really doing anything. They seem to be resting, not. They look strange though. There's like this strange armored plating on them, and you don't really see eyes, but you do see this spiked like snout with this long hole, and you just see this sort of small spiked protrusion of a tongue coming out of each of them. That's the end of surprise round, so this is now initiative, folks.
Hey.
Don't betray me. Don't betray me.
Oh! Yeah, there's some.
You're going back in the thing. You gonna behave?
19 for me, Megan.
All right. Anybody get above a 20?
Nope.
Alrighty. So we've got Baron with a 19. Any 15 to 19? Anybody else? All right. 10 to 15?
And
I got 12.
All right.
Oh, is it my turn? Sorry.
Nope. And then 5 to 10?
Got a 7.
I got an 11. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I missed.
Okay. It's a good thing I did this in pencil.
Why do you hate me?
I used to be a literacy teacher, and I would tell the kids that pencils were one of the greatest inventions that have ever been created. Pencils are fantastic. It's like a lecture I would give them at the beginning of every year.
Alrighty.
Pencils are amazing.
So, off the bat, Zandra comes forward.
Thank God Zandra's good at initiative.
She gets a plus 12 to her initiative.
what?
She got a 30.
Good lord.
So she
I get a
will...
plus 1.
Actually, she can't get past the bear. It's too narrow of an opening.
She can't jump on the bear's back?
Friendly.
It's a friendly target, so she can move past it if she has enough move speed to get to the other side.
30.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you're the dungeon.
Yeah, let's see. Where's...
There.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be so hot.
Yeah, she's... Okay, I will say she uses all of her movement speed to get back there, and she's going to make 3 attacks towards this flame skull. I'm just rolling all of them at once to save time. Hit. Miss. Wow, only 1 hit. Jeez. This thing has a really low... I'm just going to say it has a low AC. And I just rolled like crap. Out of 3 rolls, only 1 hit.
That's because it's Murray!
Alright, so she does 10 points of piercing damage to it. So she comes out with her swords out, slashing at this thing, managing to connect with one, and then looking about and going, crap, there's a cleanup crew back here! And that brings us to Baron.
Okay, so at this point, from my vantage point, what all can I see? Is it just the skull?
You can just see the skull. You've been told that there's a cleanup crew back there, but you don't really know what that means. You would know from your time in the Underdark, there's lots of scavengers. Things that kill things tend to attract things that like to eat things.
Right, well, I'll go ahead and try and go after the skull with one of my Radiance and 1 regular. So I'll do the radiance first.
All right, go for it.
24.
24 most definitely.
I'm sorry, 26.
26. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're using one of your radiant arrows?
Yes.
Alrighty.
So that would be.
And I made radiant arrow tokens that glow, so you can see where they hit.
8.
8 points of damage? Alright, so this radiant arrow flies through the air, coming through the skull, bashing into it.
I was hoping to make it into a jack-o'-lantern.
Almost, but not quite. And it comes through, hitting it pretty hard. But you see it kind of cackling still, and they're looking at all of you with this flame glowing in its eyes.
Okay. Second shot. 13.
13 just hits.
Yes. All right. 9.
9 points of damage. Alright, and you see this magic kind of holding it together, starting to waver a little bit as that connects. That will bring us to Gragnold.
This thing, obviously, it's a floating skull. Does Gragnold know that this thing is undead?
It's fair to say that I think he would be able to figure that out.
Okay, it's not like animated some other capacity. Cool. Then Dunn is extra powerful against this, so Gragnold is going to run up the back of the bear and then slice down in a dramatic sort of Superman swipe down at the skull.
All right. And you do have a Dawn there too that I will move with over towards.
That is a 29.
That hits.
Swing for the cheap seats.
Yeah, this is the sidearm.
Alright.
Full on.
Actually, wait, what did you roll? I'm sorry?
29.
29. Okay, yeah, that hits.
Go for center field.
So if I recall correctly, that's an extra D8 of radiant against undead.
I don't have Dawn's thing in front of me.
I think it says 1d8 plus 7, and then on the side of notes it says plus 1d8. And I think that means against undead.
Okay.
That is 17.
17 points of damage. So Gragnold, you smack into this thing, and you just see the magic holding it together go poof, as it falls to the ground.
Nice. I will, as my bonus action, look awesome.
Good match to the music cue, by the way.
Yeah. And this is the whole.
Did you just howl?
Yeah, into this cave.
Oh.
Yeah. Gragnold, you would see too coming over and looking. You do see these two other creatures with these strange-looking things that you have never seen before, coming up towards you guys. All right. Baeridin.
As a bonus action, can I go into a rage?
Sure.
Which is what I mean by look awesome.
Looking awesome as you rage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Baeridin, it is your turn.
Well, I'm definitely going to charge forward. So, is this area up here like rocky, or is it all kind of part of the cave? Like,
it's all part of the cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I could charge forward, and I think I want to get a little past it.
Okay.
Like over here, maybe.
Alrighty.
This way. And tell me again. It's got tongues or something.
Yeah, this thing has, what you see is this wide mouth with teeth coming out. It's a circular mouth with teeth coming out of it. And at this point, you just see this small protrusion of a tongue, and you just see spikes all off of it. And it has this really heavily armored hide.
Boop it in the snoot.
Yeah.
That makes good.
Baeridin's, I'm gonna do the claw attack first to boop it a bit in the snoot.
All right, go for it.
Oh God, I'm rolling terribly. That is a 12 to hit.
12. So you come down with the claws, and they just kind of rake against this thing's hardened hide. It's seeming to do no damage.
All right. No, I'll try to bite at it a little bit.
Alrighty.
I imagine this is like a bear trying to eat a wombat. Like, that's shit. You're like, because you know I'm a bear.
Right.
I have some good news for you.
19.
19. That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay. Bite. That is 9 damage.
9 damage. All right.
I saw.
All right.
You want to announce it?
We, for those of you that are anticipating some cool level up dice as a reward for our Kickstarter, we just unlocked super cool. So
Yes!
I wanted to wait till his turn was over before I announced that. So thank you, everybody.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
I think that's it. I'm clawing at it. And I'll provide a reminder that I have Sentinel.
All right. Well, this thing's going to turn around and look at you. Oops, not that thing. This thing. So let's see. The first thing it does is as it looks at you, you suddenly see this tongue come whipping out of it. It was a small tongue that was hanging out, but all of a sudden the rest of this tongue is exposed and comes out. Plus 7. Ooh,
No,
that's
sir,
going to be
I
a
don't like
12. 12 against the bear.
It does hit because I did not do.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that does hit.
Don't have the right dice out.
Just hits.
3. Does 11 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Weird.
But bears, and is bear a medium creature? It's a large creature, right?
A large creature.
Okay. All right, and now it is going to bite at you since it was able to connect with its tongue. Oh, that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
I need more dice.
That's never a good
That
start.
is never.
No.
That is the worst quote of the night.
I think it's a great quote. What are you talking about, guys?
What's one of Sly? What's one of
We're gonna
Sly?
need a bigger bear.
What's Sly Flourish's tips? Be a fan of your players.
I am a fan. I have to challenge you guys.
Also one of those slides.
I know. That book too.
20 points of piercing damage. Oh, 24 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Still a bear.
All right, that will be that one's turn. The other
Oh.
one.
There's another one?
Where's the other one?
It's going to run up to
Oh.
Gragnold,
Oh, thank God.
Do it. I need my rage to continue.
and it's going to swing its tongue out at you for 24.
24 to hit?
Yep.
Yeah, that'll hit.
It just hits. Right. I need another one of these guys.
You're raging.
Yeah.
All right, and that does 15 points of piercing, or sorry, 19 points of piercing damage. And you are now grappled.
You say 8 points? I'm grappled?
You are grappled.
Alright. Sweet.
And now it is going to try to bite you. Nom nom nom. Which I believe will hit with a 26.
No, 26 doesn't hit.
Don't believe.
Yeah, it did a 14.
It's very
And
specific.
since you got over a 14, and it is you overshot the exit, and you do not get the exit because it needed to be an exact number to land on it to win.
24 points of 24 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
That's 12.
And it's just right up in you, just you don't see any eyes on this thing, just all this armor and claws and teeth.
Does it have a head?
It seems to, it's almost like the neck just kind of ends in a mouth. It is this very strange-looking creature.
It's weird. This last one didn't have a body. This one doesn't have a head. I don't know what to do about this.
Gragnold does not like these.
Enkai, it is your turn.
Gragnold blue screened.
Where is Gragnold over here? Right across the ridge, like here. Is that where Gragnold is? I can't tell.
Yeah.
He's right
Yeah,
here.
okay. I'm gonna go over there to Gragnold. And I am going to... Okay, so can you do your bonus action first?
Yep,
or
it
do you
doesn't
have-
matter what order you
Okay.
do things in. Yeah.
I feel like Sparkles is gonna make an appearance here.
All right.
Sparkles.
Yes,
So-
Sparkles.
Are you still playing bingo?
Enkai is going to drop a pink sparkly totem, and out of it is going to come galloping a giant pink sparkly unicorn.
I don't have a unicorn icon. Sven, can you help with that?
We used to have the unicorn.
We
icon.
had
All right.
it.
Sven has the unicorn icon. All
And
right.
then
And
I'm
remind
going
us what the unicorn does for us.
the unicorn. Let me find the description. Everyone in its aura. Unicorn spirit. The unicorn spirit lends its protection. So you and your allies gain advantage on all ability checks made to detect creatures in the aura. And then every time I cast a healing spell, everyone in the aura gets healed the amount of points equal to my druid level.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, which is 5. So then I'm going to heal Gragnold. You're welcome. So 3, 4, 8. It'll be 8, and then plus 5, 13, and then Baeridin should also get 5.
All right.
Nice.
Awesome.
Sweet healing.
I'm gonna help you out.
Dabney.
All right, so I
There it
have
is.
enough movement. Let's see, that's 15, 30. Oh, I definitely have enough movement to get to the northwest corner of Yellow Boy.
Here?
Yeah. So I come charging in, and as I leap past Zenra, drawing my new silver blade, and again, swinging for the... Okay, you know what? I jump over wire food style steps. Are you happy now?
I think we're all very happy.
I'm going full Chow Yun Fat, Crouching Tiger.
Where are the doves?
And I did not, because I've never trained
Carried him
to
over.
be Chow Yun Fat from Crouching
Are you
Tiger.
attacking
Oh.
the one that's holding me?
Yes.
I
No,
have
no, no. I'm attacking the one that... Oh, no, but I get advantage on this because it's distracted, right?
Engaged?
Actually,
maybe?
you're within Gragnold's. It's within 10 feet or 15 feet of you for your.
It has to be the same target.
It's the same target that I'm attacking. It's the
No!
wolf pack is the thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
No, you wouldn't have advantage on that one.
From stabbing it from behind?
We don't have flanking's not 5e.
Oh, wrong. I always forget that.
Wrong edition.
Wrong game.
No!
I'm sorry,
No!
sir. I flunked flank.
Okay, well, after I
Dabney.
definitely didn't hit with a 12,
Yeah. Nope. That ting off.
irritated, I pull back and I swing for what I assume is its neck,
Okay.
This is the front guy.
and that's a 23.
That will hit.
At two-handed, again, swinging for the cheap seats.
Okay.
Okay.
Take this new sword out for a spin.
Yeah,
So
we're
you
gonna
guys
take it
see
out
Emerald
for a
coming
drive.
out, the moon blade glowing with a silvery moonlight.
Yeah, we do. All right, now let's...
By the of the silvery moon.
Okay, so oh, and I don't get my backstab on this one, do I?
For your rogue, you mean Vivek?
Poop, I say.
Sneak attack?
No, you should, because it's with an ally. Oh no, that's for assassin. Never mind.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
I think you can sneak attack if it's within 5 feet of an ally.
Is that for? I thought that was just assassins.
I think that's the sneak attack.
Hold
That's how I've
on.
always
Hold
played
on.
sneak attack.
Sneak attack once everyone is the creature can hit with attack.
Way down at the bottom here.
Because I thought part of that was like if the enemy
If I have advantage on the attack roll.
If you have an advantage, yeah, you didn't have advantage.
Yeah, it's only if I have advantage.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's the ally being within 5 feet is an assassin thing.
Yeah, so
Been playing that wrong for forever.
okay.
well, either way, that's a 14. That's 11 piercing damage and 3 radiant.
Okay. So you bring the sword down, slashing into it, seeming to do quite a bit of damage to this thing.
And following it up with a roundhouse kick
All right.
for 18 to hit.
Quick question, because I didn't see it on your abilities. Are you at the point where your hands count as magical weapons for your monk?
I very much am.
Okay, just checking. For no reason at all. Totally no reason that I'm checking that.
These hands are registered weapons.
All right, 18. That hits.
Okay. And that's 7 more damage.
7 more damage.
And as I land, I bring left elbow, right, just the arm shiver right into the core.
Right into it, hitting one of the plates. Kind of it hurts you as well, but not enough to do damage. But you just definitely hammer
When
right.
you say that now,
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Did you just roll a 1?
I didn't not roll a 1.
Did you roll a 2?
Where's the deck?
Oh.
Some blunders. Was there a blunder?
Maybe.
Oh, Dabney.
Has to be. His voice just went up in tone.
The deck of blunders. A great deck to pull from if you roll an out 1 during combat.
There's no way this is gonna be good for us.
No, this is not going to be good. I don't care what it is. Oh, man.
Does it say your name is no longer Dabney?
No.
That would be horrible.
No. But apparently, the hilarity of me trying to give it an arm shiver into one of its armored plates gives hope to the enemy forces, and one ally of my target gains a D6 inspiration die.
Oh, I like this. All right.
Damn your blessed elbow.
So, is that the end of your turn, Dabney?
Let's hope.
All right. Coming to the top of the round, Zonder's going to come over, seeing this thing and not liking it one bit. She's going to go ahead and try to lay into it with 3 hits. Golly. 16. Okay, that one hits. It's 1 miss and 2 hits.
I have to say, I've been watching a lot of Letterkenny recently, and I can hear now the hockey insults going through my head. I feel like I let the team down.
So you see her coming with her 2 swords, one of them glowing with this like icy frost across it, just chug chug laying into this thing. Kind of looking over, and it's like, I don't know if we want to fight these. And that will be the end of her turn. Baron, it's your turn.
Doesn't seem like we have much of a choice at this point, does it? I'm gonna slide over a little bit for my move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is the thing that was doing the attacking?
Both the things with little dots on them are doing the attacking.
Okay, well now I can no longer. Well, can I choose to move over more than what I had moved, or is that like, is it chess rules?
No, you can move. So you were like here-ish, right?
Yeah. So that's
20, 25, 30. No, you could get into like the entrance of the behind Gragnold and see everything.
okay. There we go. Oh boy. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot on the pink dot.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, this will be a radiant bolt.
And I forgot to do this for Zonra, but you have advantage on this because of Gragnold's Wolfpack tactics.
All right, beautiful. Ooh, no need to roll further. Nat 20.
Nice.
Whoa.
Nice. Does he get to use the deck of
Yes,
Sunders?
he does get to use the deck of Sunders.
Can I have a proxy drawer, please?
Who would you like to nominate as your proxy drawer?
I will go with the magic of a bear named Baeridin.
In that case, you get a shuffle.
Go ahead, Adam J.
Thin to win, or cut him deep, make him weak.
I think it's weeping time.
Cut him deep, make him weak.
You hit your opponent square in the gut. They must make a Constitution saving throw or be incapacitated until the start of your next turn.
Oh, wow.
Damage dealt.
Say that part again.
You hit your opponent square in the gut. They must make a Constitution saving throw or be incapacitated until the start of your next turn. And the DC is the damage dealt.
Wow.
Okay, roll the damage.
Oh boy.
And so remember to double your dice.
Okay. $17.
17. All right, so it is... That's double dice?
That's double dice.
All right.
Wow.
All right, coming forward, and this radiant arrow firing into it, doing a considerable amount of damage. It does seem to... there's this moment where it's looking like it is in a lot of pain and almost looks stunned, but then seems to shake it off. All right, go ahead and make your next attack.
Still cool.
Still
I
have
rolled a nat
advantage,
20.
correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Do another nat 20.
Yeah, definitely do another natural
Do it
20.
again.
Sorry, that one's only a 21, non-nat.
That will hit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Let us down, Jack. Let us down.
Yeah, that's 5. That's low.
5 points of damage. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Still did.
Yeah,
But-
carving into it.
Just as a quick, since it seems to have shaken it off, I'd like to use my bonus action to cast, if I can. Let me double check it. I want to cast a Hunter's Mark on it, if I may.
Sure.
Bonus action, yep. So
Okay.
casting Hunter's Mark level 2.
Okay. I'll put a little symbol on its... There we go. A little bullseye on it.
That gives you a +2 to hit.
Hunter's Mark.
He always knows where it is, and he can add extra damage to his marked prey.
Yep. Adds a bonus d6.
Nice.
All right. That's the end of your turn. Gragnold.
Gragnold is... Am I still grappled, or is that guy...
You are still grappled.
I would like to cut his... whatever his mouth hole head neck thing is off.
His mouth hole.
Or sorry, you were restrained. So you can't move.
Can I still kill him, though?
Yeah, you can still make an attack. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm still raging, right?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
5 plus 7 plus 7. 19.
Nice.
Wow.
Ooh.
Nice.
Take that, face hole.
I forget how much damage you do. It's
I'm
so...
just sorry. I actually 5 plus 7 plus 9.
5 plus
21.
21.
Thank you. 21 damage on his mouth hole. Mouth hole neck.
7. Wow. This thing is officially bloodied.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it again.
All right. Go for it. So carving down into it, carving along the side, cutting through a bunch of the protective plates in this thing.
Will a 15 hit?
A 15 just misses.
No.
Then I will grab the amulet around my neck
Mm-hmm.
and then make it a 25.
Ooh, nicely done. Yes.
What's that all about?
And then I'm gonna do a bunch more damage.
Yeah, so as you go in and you're just about to hit right on the armor, you feel the power of the Moonfang clan and the wolf spirit filling you, and your blade moves just slightly to carve deep into this creature.
Yeah.
That amulet's awesome.
Yeah. The next attack I do is 14 damage.
14 damage.
Is it still alive?
Oh yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna hit it again.
Alright,
My
go for
God.
it.
My bonus action. Oh.
That one not gonna hit.
That one probably won't hit. Yeah, that one won't hit. Yeah, that was 13.
Darn. Those
You
still
you've done your part.
Alright, yeah, so this third one comes down and it doesn't quite connect. But you're pretty proud and feeling good and liking this new ability you're getting. Though you are still grappled, or restrained, restrained.
Took a bite out of you. It was like sucking on you. So the
Yeah,
man
you've
ain't
got
nothing
this
to
like
stuff with.
sharp, piercing tongue
Oh.
stuck into you, and it's kind of just
Yep.
All right,
Thankfully, our DM didn't hear that.
that will bring it to Baeridin.
Baeridin. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make some bear attacks against this guy.
All right, go for it.
I'm good. That's where I'm at.
Are you feeling bearish?
A little bearish.
Okay.
It would have been odd for you to use flamingo attacks.
It would have been a bit
Do the flamingo dance.
I've heard that everybody should do the dinosaur.
So it's the gummy
Do
bear.
you have to travel anywhere to do the dinosaur?
It is the gummy bear that you need to be doing.
You have to get up.
Just as long as it isn't the Baby
Oh.
Shark
No dice.
song,
No dice.
I'm okay.
That is a 23 to hit.
23 will definitely hit.
Yay! That is for my claw attack. 12 damage.
Okay,
And then I'll make a bite attack.
go for it.
That's less good. That is a 14 to hit.
14 unfortunately misses. So coming down with the claws, you're able to get them right in. Trying to go and bite with your mouth, though, you can't quite find any good purchase over the plated armor.
And I will spend a second level spell slot to heal up a little bit.
Alrighty, go for it. I'll let you roll those as we move on to their turn. Alright, top guy just got hit a bunch by Gragnold. He's not liking that. He's not cool with that, and I believe...
He's not down with that?
No.
Is he not
no.
incapacitated from the card, or no?
No, he rolled a nat 20.
Oh, he rolled. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I suppose. Oh well, that's okay. So it's gonna go ahead and make a bite attack against Gragnold, which it does have advantage on because Gragnold is still restrained. So I do believe a 26 hits.
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll definitely hit.
Oh, that's a 6.
Yeah. This level 14 will hit. I'm not wearing a shirt.
These are the dice.
Like you generally you get hit by most of
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's a
not-
lot of
Terry
ones.
Crews moment.
Yeah.
Armor classes, flesh.
11 or 10. Okay. That's only right. 5, 10, 6, 20. Yeah, 20 points of piercing damage as it bites into you. And then it's gonna try and claw at you, which it also has advantage on, which is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yep, that's about 14.
God, it's rolling like crap. 10 points of slashing damage as it takes its claw up and just slashes right into you.
Call me when you can do magical damage.
Oh!
Sick burn.
All right, and then the other guy down there, he's got a big bear in front of him. He's gonna take its tongue out and just lash it out and whip it around. Ooh, that's probably gonna miss, actually. With a 10.
It does not hit. Amazingly.
Right. Then it is gonna go ahead and try to... it's gonna try to use its claws against you. Oh, that's cocked. 13, so 20.
That hits.
And
That one
those are
does.
D8s. That's a D10. Oh, that's pretty good damage. 16 plus... So 20 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
I am technically still a bear.
No, wait. When you healed, did you take the Sparkles healing?
Oh, does that apply to my healing?
It's only when I cast.
Oh, it's only when you cast it. Okay, just want to
Yeah.
make... All right.
But I did get the 5 points of healing from when...
When the first time.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. And speaking of that, it is Enkai's turn.
Oh man. Okay, so what happens when you run out of bear points? Do you die or you just revert back?
No, I just turned back into it.
How low on bear points are you? Pretty low.
I'm pretty low on bear. My bear points are.
Your bear points are low. All right, I'm
Pretty
gonna
low.
move over to.
Oh my god.
Got bear points.
And what am I gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna do Cure Wounds. First roll was a 1. Okay, so 12 for Baeridin, and then everyone will get 5.
Woo!
And then my bonus action, I will do a level 1 healing word on Gragnold
Whoa.
for 8.
Nice.
All right.
Whoa. That also gets everybody another 5.
Another
That gives
5.
everyone another 5, yeah.
I'm
Nice.
gonna tell Don. I told you I was immortal.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Because
Dabney, it is your go.
Did you get the extra 5 from the second?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's a
Sparkles.
I know.
Thank you, Sparkles.
ridiculous amount of healing right there.
Yeah.
We heart Sparkles.
All right, Dabney, it is your go.
All right. I am concentrating on vengeance. As I'm holding Moonblade, concentrating on vengeance and my adopted family and saving them, and hoping that does some good on this blade. So,
All right.
yeah,
And you, as you're
Swing.
concentrating on all that stuff, you just feel this wash of like, yes, great approval coming through.
I'm totally wrapped up in this thing. You're doing it.
and so again. Now I'm going full stab me.
All right.
Wherever I see a squishy spot on that thing, I'm going for it. For a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
All right. That is 11 piercing damage. And that's not on the thingy. Plus 2 radiant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I carving right into it, getting underneath one of the platings on it with the sword.
All right, and I'm going to go for another attack. Another just sushi stab attack in the same spot. For a 22.
That will hit.
Nice.
7 piercing.
All right.
And 4 radiant for 11 more damage.
Kick his armor class, Seabass.
Yeah, its thing is looking bloodied at this point.
Yeah, well, you know what? And this time, I'm bringing my heel down on top of its face hole.
Okay.
Big
That is an
sweeping.
appropriate descriptor for this.
But unfortunately, its face hole is really ambiguous.
It is.
And I missed. Not tragically.
Okay. We're not
But
pulling
I
from a
missed.
deck? Okay. All right.
You know, wow, that would have been a running gag that was
I'm
funny.
so angry about it. And so I'm actually using my last unarmed strike. I'm using the hilt of my new blade to just pommel it.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
For an 18.
18 will hit.
For seven bludgeoning damage into the face hole.
Weakest point.
Yeah.
Nice. You just smack it right up on the head, and it doesn't have eyes, but it does kind of wince with the pain. And you see this tongue lapping out and lashing around. It's the end of its turn. All right. Zanra is going to look at this guy. She's not liking it. She's not liking it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, sorry, gotta look at one thing. Okay. Gotta roll twice, so... First hit.
Maybe after this round, I'll realize we're beating stuff up.
Yeah, we're beating stuff up good. I was flirting with her in the last episode, so you know.
Alright, all three of her attacks hit.
Very seriously, I don't know what. Or Gragnold. Gragnold in the tongue round, yeah.
I know. I noticed
Alright. So she comes down, and that's on the pink one. So what you guys see is one of her blades erupts with this green flame across it as she goes in and starts swinging her swords around, and each blade connects this time as she's spinning around doing this, Immeral, you would have seen this as the elaborate dance that she was doing as she swings in, dealing a total of 35 damage to this thing.
I call it the blender dance.
Yes, essentially. That's a very good way to put it. This thing's not looking too good at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be looking dead.
Still up then?
It's still up. It's still up. These things seem pretty hardy.
What is it, Daffy Duck?
All right. Baron, it is your turn.
I see. Pronoun trouble. All right. Is the advantage on attack rolls still up?
For the pink guy, yep. Because of Gragnold's wolf pack tactics.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead again on him. I'm going to use another Radiant.
Okay.
23.
That will hit.
Nine
9 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
I say that the creature just still not wanting to admit that its hardiness is failing it. It goes to emit a scream to try and terrify us. And as the scream emits, I silence its roar with a bolt going straight down its throat.
All right, so what you see is its mouth is opening wide, getting ready to do another big bite against Gragnold. The tongue spitting tight around him, and this radiant glowing arrow goes right down its throat into it, and it kind of sputters, and Gragnold, the tongue that has been sticking into you, is falling around the ground as this creature is no more.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's the only meal you'll eat today.
Oh, yes. That's wonderful.
Food-related death statements are my stock and trade. Okay, at this point I can't yet transfer the mark because it needs to be a subsequent turn, but I'm just going to kind of turn immediately, do my second attack onto Mr. Yellow.
All right, and this one does not have advantage. It's a straight-up attack.
I call him Mellow Yellow.
25.
25 will hit.
7.
7 points of damage? All right. So, quickly shooting the one, getting the arrow down the throat, turning around, shooting the other one, finding a soft spot in the flank. Any movement?
No, I'm in a pretty good spot.
All right. That brings us to Gragnold.
I'm gonna run down there. Control, I think. Yep. And then I'm gonna attack him with Dawn.
Go for it.
Seems like a good choice.
This is a good choice. That is a 29.
I think that is the fashionable barbarian choice this season.
That'll hit. Yeah.
That hits. Awesome. That is a 16 damage.
16 damage. All right.
I'm going to attack him again.
Go for it. It is still up.
25.
That hits.
Whoa. Look out. That is a 17 damage.
17. Jeez.
Nice.
Is he still alive?
Barely.
Then I'm going to attack him again.
All right, go for it.
It's just a rage
28.
That'll hit.
That's 15 damage.
All right, narrate this one for me.
So Gragnold is in full-on frenzy, but he's going to do all of these attacks while looking straight at Dabney with like a look of like...
Dabney, you feel inspired by this.
No, as good as that face looked on camera, you need to understand the sheer joy that was pointing in that direction. Oh,
Nice.
superb. Limo juice.
I'd say, you feel like that sense of kind of trepidatious confusion about the rest of your party that was kind of coming from somewhere. Start to kind of get like, you know, the meme of the guy nodding, right? Or not meme, the gif of that guy just. Essentially, you get that feeling. As
Like Obama.
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
Obama beer.
I was thinking the kid with the burned soup in the microwave.
But as you guys are doing, you see Zanra walk over and kind of kick at the remains of that skull. And she kind of looks at it, it's like, does anyone have any holy water?
And I touched my amulet.
I'm gonna point. I actually point silently to the water Genasi.
Don't have any holy water.
No.
Right, we need to get out of here quick. This thing's gonna reform.
What?
Can I create holy water as a monk?
You need silver. Quick DM. You guys are getting a bone because it's my birthday. I'm being nice. Y'all were given some holy oil.
I have cocoa powder.
I have chalk.
Who was given holy oil?
The three amigos back when they were in Winhold.
One me.
So there's none in my inventory.
I think it was before we transferred over to the other character sheet.
Oh, no. Yeah. Hold on. Let me look at roll 20.
I have
Except I forgot how to use roll 20.
Yeah, I forgot to use roll 22. Thanks D&D Beyond for
I have a potion
Yeah,
of
thanks
healing I
D&D
can pour
Beyond
on
for
it.
being amazing.
And intuitive. Yeah, you guys were given some holy oil. I don't remember how much though.
I'm going to use about a gallon of holy oil. I'm not sure how much I have, but I think it's a lot.
I think you've given 6 uses of it. Because of the mushroom infestation. I should be making you guys roll to remember this stuff, but I'm being nice.
I do remember, it's just not. I apparently didn't actually.
All right, we'll say you got 6 uses of holy oil. You can use 1 on this skull if you so choose.
I will. Neither can I on that. So you know what? I'm gonna get making an executive decision. Says the chief has the holy oil.
All right.
Oh, there it was the whole time.
Oh god, that's gotta smell
The
terrible.
armpit of holding.
That's where you like to put small stuff.
There it was. And this is behind your ear the whole time.
Oh, wait, was that also in your armpit?
Yep.
Oh.
I don't want to know where you're hiding it.
He does like little braids.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
I'm the clean one, I told you.
Yeah, he takes a bath once a year, whether he needs it or not.
Very
Is-
rude.
He is a
All
barbarian.
right, as you sprinkle a little bit of the holy oil over this skull, it sizzles and you see it turns into like this black goo that just covers the stones before you. Zonra kind of looks around at all of you and nods. All right, well, you all seem to be able to hold your own pretty well. Come on.
Well, I think it's the opposite things.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty well.
Baeridin wants to look at one of the headless mouth things and see whether or not it might be good eating.
It
Isn't it black goo on the?
Just pour some hot sauce on it. It'll make everything.
Actually,
Okay, did the
as
skull
the-
just melt away into black goo?
the skull kind of dissolved into like this black goo, and you also see that these things make a religion check. Anybody who wants to.
Not that I'm great at religion checks.
I'm definitely not great.
Not
No. 18.
Ah.
7.
4.
1!
All
So
right.
I can officially say this is me in the corner losing my religion.
Oh.
90s music reference.
There we go.
All right,
you're welcome.
So, Baeridin, during your travels at one point, you sat down with this one adventurer who was just regaling you with all kinds of stories, and you were just fascinated. Like, yeah, tell me more, tell me more. And one of the things he talked about was fighting creatures that were not native to this plane. And when you manage to kill such creatures, their body quickly deteriorates and dissolves and breaks apart. And pretty much exactly what that dude is describing is what you're seeing happen with these two creatures.
So Baeridin will shapeshift out of being a bear, and then he'll say, I remember this from that guy that we met in a tavern like a super long time ago. And he was all, if they're not from this plane, then they're probably going to dissolve into other creatures. And I was like, stop talking to me, strange man. But he kept telling me all these stories. It was pretty great. Also, you know what? I think his name might have been Immeral. That's where we remember it from. That must be where we remember it from.
There are a lot of rocks around here. I'm just pointing this out.
That is a terrible name.
But I remember that he had a strange name. That must have been it. Dabney. Oh, we hadn't met him yet. We hadn't met Dabney. He doesn't know about it.
I've always known Dabney.
Yeah. But he wasn't
Everyone
there at the
everywhere
time.
knows Dabney.
Why, he's a famous guy.
He is. Charming.
So don't eat him.
He's got the gift of Gabney.
Again, I'm going to run in with Turkey Stab.
He works together with us. He's such a collabney.
D&D has been won forever.
You guys did it.
Gem hammer.
Thank you for the gift that is Dabney.
Yes.
Good night, everyone.
Oh my god. You guys, just move on down the cave. And
Thank God.
Yep. DM, just gonna take over a little bit here. Moving on though, eventually you come to a place where this cave intersects with a larger cave system. And Zonra kind of holds a finger up for you guys to be quiet as she moves forward. Completely silently, she seems to blend in perfectly with the surroundings. Like her cloak helps her blend into the shadows. She cuts to them. It's hard to keep an eye on her, but you guys knew kind of where she was moving, so every now and then you get like the glimpse of pink of her hair as it's and after a few moments she comes back and her face is actually kind of looking a little bit more relaxed. I think I recognize where we are. I can get us to some friends, I think. It'll be a few days walk, but it'll be a good place to stay. So,
Excellent.
Are they friendly to everyone?
What?
well, if you try to kill them,
This is
they're
a
not going to be
friend.
friendly to you. But
They're not going to be friendly to us?
she looks down actually specifically towards Baeridin. It's like, cousins of your people.
My
Zerbneflins.
cousins. Our cousins. Gragnold. We're going to go meet some cousins.
I actually, does she not know?
She doesn't.
Okay.
I haven't explained that to her yet.
I stealthily sidle up to her and tell her that he was adopted by the dwarf clan. He believes he's a dwarf.
Oh.
Yeah, he has no idea why he understands Gnomish.
Right. Sorry, my mistake. You're a little bit smaller for a typical dwarf. No, it's not your people. I'm sorry.
Gragnold says I still have a little bit more growing to do. Plus my beard's going to come in.
I'm sure it'll be wonderful. No, the Zerbneflin are gnomes. that live in these parts. So
Oh, I didn't know gnomes were cousins to dwarves. That's pretty cool.
They're very distant cousins.
Oh, like 2 or 3 times removed.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Pretty close.
Because that's how they got so short, because they removed all the stuff on top.
Oh, is that what that term means?
Yeah.
Oh, they always said that, and I never understood that.
Now you know.
Oh.
So it's the short cousins.
Does that mean Gragnold's somewhat removed from you?
There you go.
Ah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
There you
like
go.
Two or 3, maybe?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Removed.
Tell me about the rabbits, Baeridin.
Oh my god! Dude!
What?
That's dark! You're just over there, Baeridin? Oh my god.
It was a literature reference.
He really does have a rabbit, though.
Oh my
He
god!
does. That's not fun. Oh man, guys are lucky you got that skull down quick, because that could have been bad.
That would have stank.
Anyway, as you guys move along, you move through this gigantic cavern. It's everywhere else that you've been so far has felt slightly claustrophobic. You've always been able to see the ceiling, the walls around you, but in this place it is gargantuan. You can see hints of the ceiling at times, but most of the time it's gone to your dark vision. You see there's like these large pillars that seem to be supporting things, small drips here and there creating other stalagmites and stalactites around. She leads you on. You're probably traveling for the better part of a day through here, pushing on in through what would be night. You guys are starting to feel tired, but she's not showing any signs of wanting to stop. She does offer again, like, if anyone wants to rest for an hour, I can create the disc.
Let's get on the toboggan of resting.
She casts the spell, and you guys...
So we need to get on the
Toboggan
toboggan
of
of
resting.
So you guys all lumber onto the floating disc that stays within 30 feet of her. She travels along rather swiftly.
Hey, Baird. Hey, Baird, you just put your arms up like this.
No hands!
Keep quiet!
Go faster!
Keep quiet! She pushes on further and further through the night. Everybody go ahead and actually, she would insist on continuing to move. She has an idea of where you all can stop that she thinks with the time you're making, you should be able to reach within another half day or so, but you will all need to make a constitution saving throw to not get a point of exhaustion right now.
Can we move extra fast because of my elk totem?
Yeah, this is even with moving with the elk totem, yeah. I'm accounting for that. It's cutting down a lot of travel time.
Nice. What am I rolling, Megan?
If you want to, so I'm not trying to take away your choice. She's suggesting to continue pressing on, so you guys would need to make a constitution saving throw or take a point of exhaustion.
Some of us are not the hardiest.
I'm very hardy.
19.
Okay.
What does Enkai want to do?
What does a point of exhaustion do?
Disadvantage on ability checks.
This is really this is a dangerous place to be not in our top game.
I agree with Dabney. I mean, maybe we should rest if there's a safe place to rest before we move on. I mean, it's nice to get there faster and all, but we also don't want to arrive not, if we encounter those things with the face holes again.
I don't really know of a good place in here to rest. Do any of you have an ability to make some sort of shelter for us?
Nope. Make a fire.
I can make a blanket for it.
I can fold things out of paper.
Oh, that's nice.
Are we going to be able to get to this place without encountering anyone? Or
I can't guarantee that. This
So
place...
we don't. So this is a choice between bad and not so
Yeah.
really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if it's not a safe place to stop, I guess it's better to take the point.
Yeah, let's. All right.
I could turn into a horse.
Can somebody sleep on a horse?
Of course.
Of course.
Ah,
Because you can be a horse for 4 hours, right?
hey-oh.
For 4 hours.
And then you
So
can do it again. And
Effectively, maybe help cut down some of the travel time, the exhaustion time. It's still kind of tiring to ride a horse, so I don't know. I don't know how much better that is.
that probably, it would stop them from
Wouldn't
having
do
to
any
walk. But their speed's not affected by having a level of exhaustion.
So let's press on then.
Lesser restoration doesn't absolve exhaustion, does it?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
It is blinded, deafened,
Blind
paralyzed, or
and
poisoned.
paralyzed, poisoned. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like exhaustion is kind of like poison, right?
It's a condition, so I think that's greater
Really?
restoration.
Poison by your lack
If
of...
someone were to be like, what's the typical way that you would get rid of that condition?
Sleep.
Extra
So-
sleep.
So I mean, as long
Yeah,
as
you
we
just
don't
need
run
to
into anything on the way, I mean,
Mhm.
getting to
Sure.
the safe place.
All right.
Well,
Let's press on.
Okay. So, what was everybody's rolls for Constitution? So, I think Baeridin had a 19.
Yeah.
Enkai?
15.
15. Okay. You're okay. Immeral?
12.
Okay. You're okay.
Oh,
19.
You're okay.
20.
Okay.
Wow. We're great at this.
All right.
grad
Everybody's
school paid
okay.
off.
You guys are all tired, but not at reaching the point of exhaustion yet. Eventually, you come to a place where you're hearing a lot more splatter of water, and you're Zanra brings you along, and there's this small fissure in the wall, and you guys all have to kind of worm your way through carefully, and coming into this place, and you just see everywhere all kinds of stalactites and stalagmites, and you guys see a small smile on her face. She's like, I think we can risk a little bit of light in here. And looking at Gragnold specifically.
Gragnold? What? Light? Aziz! Light!
Oh my god. Another 90s reference.
Woo!
Oh, thank you, Aziz.
Says the light from Dawnbringer comes forward. All of you, your breath's almost taken away for a moment. It's like you're inside of a jewel. The walls of this cavern are all glittering with purples and pinks and greens. Even coming down, seeing all of these just dazzling crystals coming out of the wall, and sometimes forget that it can be beautiful down here.
It's more than beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Cool!
Question.
Mhm.
What's some of this worth?
I have no idea. Never mind.
We're not stopping to mine, Dabney.
This could be valuable when we get back to the surface. Just a tiny one.
Cash grab knee.
And on that, we'll go ahead and leave that great one. We will leave it for this week.
You guys are gonna be so sad when I'm not Dabney.
Maybe
anymore.
there's a card that can permanently keep you Dabney.
Yes.
Gemhammer, are you listening?
Let's pop back over, and do we have a winner for our giveaway? Give people a couple more seconds to type in for the giveaway again.
We can catch
Beautiful.
up on some of the chat.
Deck of Wonder for
Oh,
exclamation
thank you,
point.
Mr.
Miss
Fantastic.
Emerald.
Lauren!
Lauren, hi!
Hello, Lauren.
He's going to mind his own business.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
beautiful.
Nice.
Spectacular.
I think did people get some clips of us being ridiculous?
I hope so. Exhaust is
Dancing
basically
frenzy.
I win
What is
D&D.
dancing frenzy? I'm gonna look at that later.
It's like fusion frenzy.
You're calling it? All right, we're pulling a winner.
We're pulling the winner.
Pulling the winner.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Come on. Hey.
Run.
May win.
They win.
Woo!
May win.
You win. Are you in the chat?
Yay!
won it.
May win.
I think did win.
May win's there. Yay!
May win. You're in the studio audience.
Deck
Yay!
of Wonder.
Yay!
Come
on,
away.
yeah.
Make sure to.
May win. More like did win.
That's
Oh,
just-
that was-
Sven, will you
Oh,
grab
did I? I
the
missed it. I'm
contact
sorry.
All right.
It's fine.
I feel shame.
Feel shame as a bonus action. Oh my gosh, guys, this was awesome. So much fun getting to explore the Underdark. So
Yeah,
that was a lot of.
spectacular.
Oh, that was awesome.
Larry.
Larry's got it.
The real win is the
Real
friendship.
win.
Yes.
I can't even be mad. I mean, I want to be.
Is that
I feel a hug coming on.
Oh my gosh.
Larry?
Yeah, this is awesome. So getting to see the full effects of sparkles there, really.
That was pretty
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
I totally get to crank up the difficulty.
No!
No,
We got
that's not
sucked
what we're
in.
taking away
Just
from
like
this.
Captain Barker.
Yeah, I never got below half health.
Some of us are fragile.
Fish
Captain
son of a
Barkskin on.
fish.
Okay. I want to do a check-in question though here of where's Emerald's headspace at after getting that sword and fighting that? If that's okay to ask in front of the other players too.
Immeral's
Dabney, sorry, Dabney.
Definitely.
Dabney is focused right now on vengeance. On Gragnold and Dabmeral have something in common. Ibney, little something in common right now, and that's basically taking vengeance on those that killed our families.
Mhm.
And feelings are for later.
All right.
Easier to be angry.
Yes, and this is for the bingo. Dr. B quotes Pratchett: "Don't get scared, get angry."
That's awesome.
Well, I'm wondering if anybody knows which book that's from.
I've only finished the one so far.
I'm curious, actually, if
Does the chat
any of the
know?
chat knows
Yeah,
which
the
book that's
chat.
from.
I bet Larry knows it.
No, Larry is going Donna Summers, which is perfectly acceptable in most circumstances.
I was holding back a Jewel reference and we're in the place.
Yeah,
Jewels
with the
everywhere.
jewel.
I'm going to say, who will save your soul? Just
Dabney World.
Nice,
Wow.
nice.
Dabney World.
Oh, yeah, no, that was Hogfather I just pulled from.
That was
Aw.
hard.
Yeah,
I definitely
nice.
did not have gotten
Yeah.
two off the wall. I was gonna go with Morton.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Larry,
I-
we missed you.
I think again, given a round of congrats and woohoos for the
Yes.
2600 mark that has
okay.
been
Yeah.
reached
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah, that
Yay.
was
All the
amazing.
amazing support. I'm so
How many days are left, guys? Just so everybody knows to
3
spread the
days.
word.
Yeah, 3 days. Well, you
3
didn't, and you're just exactly sitting at 2,600
It's
backers.
exactly there. So nobody leave.
Hey, nobody leave.
Nobody
No
leave.
one dice.
Everybody balance it. It's perfectly balanced.
Tell your friends. And you're not friends. Tell everyone.
Strangers on the street.
You're unfriends.
Just
like
walk by
Elsa.
people and say, "Hey, have
Worst-
you backed Critical Core yet? You need to."
Worst nemesis. Tell them to.
Am I on call for that project for emergency artwork from Larry?
That's yes. If we need emergency artwork, something has gone terribly wrong, and in that case, absolutely we need you.
I'm going back to something that Sarah suggested, and that's Dabney World. everybody is filled with scowls and pastel rainbow gauntlets.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I imagine that you get the like rainbow gauntlets, but they're like made of churro.
I actually think the rainbow gauntlets are permanently in an arm-crossed scowl.
Yes.
So like you can't separate them. That's how you just put your arms in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
I think on day
arm warmer muffs, but they like make it.
on day 28 of this, I think the Dabney gauntlet will be found.
Just to really finish it off with a
the gauntlet of the one true Dabney.
How many
Yes.
games do we have so far?
Didn't we just pass the third?
You guys
I think
just
28.
Everybody, Mr.
One
Fantastic's
close.
got it. Everybody who goes to Dabney Land, Dabney World gets renamed.
Oh, yay!
let's see. We're gonna
And there'd be
see.
Vengeance
Hold on.
Bear stuffies that people have been buying.
Vengeance
Yeah.
Bear.
Oh, the bear, and we've got the
Stare Bear. Care Bear Stare.
right, and in Dabney World, we've got characters running around. One of them's a Baeridin who wants to eat all the food that you bought, and there's a Gragnold.
This is not a good theme park.
This is a great theme park. Think of the profit margins.
So let's see, 30, 29, 28, 27. Gonna have 26 more days of Dabney.
Yes. 4 days down.
I super appreciate it, Larry. We'll definitely keep it in mind. If we need extra artwork, we will be reaching out to the community.
Yeah,
You will be high on that list.
it's awesome. Guys, this has been awesome.
Thank you,
Yeah.
birthday.
Night.
Tina.
Thank everybody.
Happy birthday.
I think if everybody could, I think we need a birthday DM howl.
And on that DM howl, good night. We'll see you guys in a few weeks.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
everybody.
See y'all later.
Good night.